This is Brian Brew, how are all you? And today we are going to come back to a game we recently reviewed, Primordia. The game is so good I couldn't let it go. I'm actually going to do a full playthrough because I thought it was such a good game. So let's start a new game. Yep, here he comes, Scraper.
Almost there. One more setting. And one more piece of the unique is operational.
One down, 1 million to go. Speaking of which, boss, I found exactly none of the parts you wanted. A whole day at the junk pile, and all I turn up are a locker and some stupid conduits. Maybe next time.
Oh yeah.
Boss, are you sure you got those settings right?
That came from down in engineering. Let's go.
So this game is point and click, but it's story driven. And this is what the game revolves around, is this bloody power core.
Boss?
Crispin, get behind me. Who are you and what do you want?
I think he wants the power core, boss.
Stop right. This ship belongs to me.
Forfeit. Enemy. Plunder.
I don't think he's too keen on private property.
Get away from the power core.
Forfeit.
Thud. Boss.
Boss? Boss? Horatio? Come on, Horatio, wake up!
Ugh.
Whew, you're okay.
What happened?
Well, Big Ugly threw you out of the ship. And then he said plunder, again. And then he left with our power core.
Basad.
Yep,
How much charge have you got?
10%. You?
I'll be fine. We just need to get the emergency generator up and running.
Or we could just go to Metropole, city of glass and light. Free energy for one and all.
Don't believe everything you hear. Metropole is trouble. But if you want to go, you've got free will and a maglev unit.
With that guilt subroutine you put in me, I wouldn't even make it halfway.
Actually, with a 10% charge, you wouldn't even get that far. So I suggest we get the generator working.
You and your projects.
Man built us to build, Crispin. Now, come on.
Right.
I must have dropped the data pouch when I was thrown out of the unique. Basad, its memory got wiped. Easy enough to have the good old junk pile's coordinates back in, though.
Right.
Is that a gumball machine?
No, it's a robot's head.
Ah, I wanted a gumball.
Nothing worth salvaging. I can't move. It's a segment of Gordium electrical conduit. There's supposed to be a power-bearing conduit between this socket and the ship, but I never got around to putting one together.
Now who's the procrastinator?
It's not going to... Crispin, when I told you to find a new spark plug, did you just shove my conductive putty into the old one?
Maybe.
No wonder the generator isn't working. At least the putty is still good.
Right, so just remove the putty. So what we will do,
A sturdy cable.
right? Let's try to remember what we need to do here. So that just zooms us in on that. What we want to do is press M here for a map. I think we want to go to the junk pile first.
There's nothing worth bothering with.
Lockbox.
It's locked tight. There's a piece of gordium conduit way back there. Crispin, can you go in there and get that piece of conduit?
Press
I
C
suppose.
to control Crispin or give Crispin orders.
That would have been a lot easier with hands, boss.
I can't see anything to do with it.
Boss, just think of all the brothers and sisters you could make for me from all that junk.
One of you is more than enough. It's locked tight.
Right, so back here, and we've got the ladders next. Now in that container there's a
There's no way I can reach that.
spark plug, so we tell Crispin to go up and get that light,
Could you grab that lantern?
Sure thing, boss.
because that stops us getting inside this ship.
You know, I always wanted to be able to fly. That's why I built you with a maglev unit.
Not so that you could store tools on hard-to-reach ledges.
Well, that too.
Right, so there's no power, so it won't let us
The
in.
hatch is unresponsive.
So we need to go around here. Hold a minute, missed a conduit. I'll get that in the way back, I think. Yeah, I'll get that in the way back.
It's too dark to see the ladder rungs.
So we need to bring up our inventory, grab the lantern and use it on the hole. Pressing that just brings the ladders down.
It couldn't hurt to bring the gospel of man with us.
Going to pray for a miracle, boss?
We are man's miracle, Crispin. Let's hope that's enough.
So that's where you keep it.
Why were you looking for my plasma torch?
No reason.
Did we pick it up? Yep, we've got the plasma torch, so now we can get into that tin that was at the junkyard, so let's go through the hatch.
The controls for this hatch are unresponsive.
Right, so yeah, we need to deal with the generator first.
Good thing there's still some power in the circuit.
Boss, shouldn't you have thought of that before coming down here? We could have been stuck.
I could have just ridden you back to the deck.
Really?
No. Routing that much power to your maglev unit would cause it to explode.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I couldn't find a working fuse to solve the problem.
I'm a floating bomb. I'm a floating bomb. Sweet.
I just love the relationship between these characters, it is quite funny. Right, let's pick up that conduit.
More gordium conduit.
And then we want to go back to junkyard. And then we want to use the plasma torch on the lockbox.
Let's see if this works.
And what we're going to find? A spark plug.
Is that a spark plug, boss? Who locks up a spark plug?
Actually, I think that box was some kind of machine.
You killed it.
Recycled it. It's 3 pieces of gordium conduit.
Right, so I think
Unfortunately, one of them is completely corroded and worthless.
that's what we need to do here. That's everything done.
It's just scrap.
Right, so back to here. And then what we want to do is get the spark plug installed. So let's get the spark plug. Put that in. We want to...
There's supposed to be a power-bearing conduit between this socket and the ship, but I never got around to putting one together.
So I think what we want to do is use the conduits on the cable.
Futile.
No?
I doubt that will have any effect. The cable's far too long to be useful. Let's cut a little cable off.
There you go. So now use that on that, and then use that on That
Futile.
nah. What's that? On that?
Time for a little welding.
Okay.
Wow, that was easier than I thought it would be.
Right. So we want to put that on that.
That's never going to work.
No, we don't want to put that in there. And we want to get the cable. No, there's a little bit of cable. And put that there, I think. I don't even think we need it. Right.
Whew, I thought we were in trouble when Big Ugly stole our core. But just like that, problem solved.
The problem is not solved.
Well, I agree. The noise leaves something to be desired.
This is an emergency generator, Crispin.
Well, it was an emergency, boss.
It only runs for a few days, if that.
Oh. Well, do we have another one?
No. Which means it still is an emergency.
Well, in that case, first dibs on the recharge station. So, what's the plan, boss?
We need to recover our power core.
Or we could just take the train to Metropole and live in luxury.
First of all, there is no train to Metropole. And second, even with full charges, we can't just walk there. But more importantly, I hate that city. It's in my core logic. I don't know why, but I can't change it.
Okay. In that case, can you just make us a new power core?
Yes, but I need some kind of strong energy source for that.
And you just...
But somewhere around here are the plans for an energy sensor.
That's awfully convenient.
I designed it a long time ago, before I made you. I even found a sodium iodide crystal to use in the sensor, though man alone knows where it's buried now.
Weary wanderers, come, join us in Metropole, city of glass and light. Our energy is shared with all robots. Here is Haven. Weary wanderers, come.
I bet I can find a
join
better
us
use
in
for this
Metropole,
plug.
City of...
But now we can't listen to the sweet voice of Metropole.
I guess that makes two birds. The original designs for Crispin.
Hey, there are arms here! An awesome set of tractor treads!
I went with a maglev unit instead, and I never could find good arms. There's the design. I'll put the keynotes into my data pouch.
How does it even work?
The crystal pulses when it absorbs energy. The cable carries the pulse to the computer. The computer decodes the information and displays it on the monitor.
Boss, where are we going to find a working computer?
The Unique is full of them.
Oh, right.
Okay. So let's go over here.
The only way I can use this is by plugging something in.
And was it that?
How would that even work? Totally It needs a sodium iodide crystal to be useful.
I cannot remember for the life of me where we get one of those.
I don't think that would be wise.
Wow, first the power core and now a rag. This is not your day.
All these things all need to be done though.
I don't think that would be wise. There's nothing I can do with it until I have some kind of power source. It's Crispin's to-do list. Funny how it never gets any shorter.
That's your fault, boss, not mine.
I found this in the dunes. It reads, pound pastrami, canned kraut, 6 bagels, bring home for Emma.
I don't know if we actually used that in the game. Radio. We've taken everything.
Nothing more to do with it. Nothing.
Taken everything we can from it.
I've never been able to figure it out. I don't need any of these right now.
Let's hope it stays that way.
I don't need that. Aha! Here's the crystal.
Right under our noses. That is, if we had noses. Are you really trying to build us an energy sensor from a bunch of garbage?
Crispin, I built you from a bunch of garbage.
From spare parts, boss. Spare parts.
I don't need to bring these with me.
Right, I think that's all we need here. So what we want to do is mix that with that.
How would that even work?
Okay, that.
Well, just goes to show. Garbage in, greatness
Then that with that.
futile.
Okay. That with that then.
I need to plug them into a computer.
Okay. It's great when you're doing a playthrough and you don't know what you're doing yourself sometimes. Right. So we want to get that and plug it in.
That's never going to work. Futile. A simple computer interface with... a universal socket for plugging in peripheral hardware. Futile. A si-
Right, so those...
Now we just need to check out these coordinates.
But didn't you just tell me we don't have enough power to go walking all over the dunes?
No, I said we couldn't walk to Metropole. Anyway, most of these are close by.
But what if it's picking up, oh, I don't know, a radioactive rust monster?
A what?
Or a giant cannibal robot?
There's no such thing.
Or an unexploded bomb?
I highly doubt that.
Or a giant lightning storm?
Okay, you're right. We need to know what's out there before we take off. It's just a matter of figuring out how.
Why is nothing easy?
I can think of one reason.
Right, so what we need to do is we need to go up to the telescope now, which is on the roof, and fire in the coordinates for each of the locations on the map. Right, no, that's D. Right, 652. Turn it on first, I suppose.
Nothing but radioactive waste. We can't salvage anything from that.
Okay, next. 817.
Boss? That looks like a giant cannibal robot to me.
It looks promising is what it looks like.
And with that, poor doomed Horatio stuck his head into the giant's mouth.
Okay. 608.
That's strange. The sensor detected an energy source in the junk pile. Maybe we should go look more carefully.
Six, 7, 1.
More waste.
Well, you're the one who loves the junk pile.
Scrap isn't waste.
If you say so, boss.
Two, 1, 2, and then 159.
It's pitch black.
Boss, that's because the telescope's pointing straight down to the deck.
Strange. There's some kind of odd device surrounded by glass. Whatever that machine is, it must be throwing off some kind of energy.
Why do I not like the sound of this?
Right, so
Boss, how in the world are we gonna find a power source in all this junk?
It's just scrap.
right, so you can't find the power source until we've built this thing.
That's never going to... No need to cut it again. There's no reason to cut that. A Quentin Questron LCD monitor.
Right.
Man's creation.
That is one big robot.
Then it must have a big power core.
I'm pretty sure he wants to eat me, boss.
Robots don't eat, Crispin.
Look how he's staring at me.
It's not staring at anything.
No, not yet anyway.
Well, we have to find a way to get at its power core. Let's look around. It's corroded, but I can't break into it with my bare hands.
This is well, we've got a plasma torch then.
Boss, are you really gonna cut that finger off?
Just the tip,
Why?
to see if we can get at power cables to tap into.
You sure you're not just torturing the poor guy?
No, but to tell you the truth, for some reason I don't like the look of him.
That's what I've been saying all along, boss.
Just let me concentrate. Bugs and glitches. There are no power lines running through here at all. All that for a rusty fingertip.
Can it generate power?
No.
Just checking.
Crispin, help me take a look at these vents. I can feel air moving.
So why don't we block one of them with his finger?
There's no way I can reach that. Can you fly up and scout around?
That is honestly the worst idea you've ever had.
But
Worse than when you upgraded the dehumidifiers in the Unique.
it might be...
Worse than when you used your plasma torch as a lantern just to see if it would work.
a way in.
It's a giant robot's nose.
So we can't reach, but
Crispin, try shoving this into that vent.
There's something ironic about that. Ironic and disturbing.
right. So we've got nothing else we can put up there now.
Anyone home?
So that's all we can do with the robot just now. We need to go back to the Unique, and we need to go to the back of the ship. And a rag is there.
Hopefully, finding the power core will be just as easy.
I doubt it.
And then we need to dip the rag in the grease because we're going to stick up the monster's, sorry, the robot's nose, and it won't stick.
That was a perfectly good rag.
Good for what?
You could have buffed me till I shined, boss. At least then, when they found my powerless chassis lying in the dunes, they'd say, wow, look at that gorgeous piece of machinery.
I think I'd rather have some grease.
So we'll go back to the robot and click on the vents. and then we will ask Crispin. Sticky rag.
Could you try pushing this rag into the vent?
Seriously?
Yes.
So much for getting buffed. There. It's clogged. I hope you're happy. Well, boss, you did it again.
In we go.
We?
Oh, by the hand of man, come on.
I'm telling you, boss, that thing wants to eat me.
Crispin.
Fine. But you go first.
Into the robot's mouth we go.
Hello, unidentified robot. We will to parts of the grid.
The great what?
That data is lost.
Well, I am Horatio No-Built, version 5.
Now we are alpha and beta. More or less.
Boss, I'm pretty sure these guys took one EMP blast too many along the line.
What happened to you?
Virus. You escape. Too much data. Too little memory. Back incomplete. Division. Fragmentation. Madness.
You got that right.
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has large claws that shoot lasers. Have you seen it? It stole something of mine.
The answer is lost. Fragmented. Gamma. We seek unification. Resurrection. Vengeance. Find Gamma. Unity. Memories. Answers. He knows, but he's not mad. Mad.
Pot, meat, kettle.
Do you have a power core?
Activating diagnostic module. Memory and reasoning system. Shut down the virus quarantine. Higher reasoning downloaded to servitors. Alpha, Beta, and Gamma.
Boss, is it just me, or did Alpha just stop being crazy?
Air ventilation system. Primary ventilators clogged. Obstruction unknown. Secondary ventilation engaged. Power system. Partially damaged. Power level functioning at 83.1%. Power core charge sufficient to maintain present operations for 4,553,199,011.3 hours.
That's a lot of hours.
Communication system.
Okay, enough.
Terminating diagnostic.
Can we have your power core?
No. Gamma. Perhaps. Perhaps. Gamma. Yes.
Gamma might say yes.
Yes.
You're an incomplete backup?
We are Alpha. Data. Answer deemed unsatisfactory. Higher reasoning. Unavailable. Gamma. Gamma. Gamma knows.
Who is Gamma?
Third. Highest. Deepest. Mad. Gamma. Gamma. Fine. Gamma will complete. Restore. Unite. Gamma.
So, they need Gamma in order to defragment themselves and return to a single entity.
Since when do you speak crazy?
I've spent my whole life with a hermit who worships a mythological machine called man. I'd say crazy is my first language.
Where is Gamma?
Below. Hiding. Would not. Join. Always. Hiding. Below.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So click on that, it just tells us no power. No power
It's
to
a
pad either.
deactivated keypad. There's no way for me to get up there. Crispin, go up there and scout around.
Do I have to?
Yes.
There's a big brain up there throwing off a lot of sparks and some little bot flying around. He's really annoying.
So what we do is we use the cable on Crispin.
Crispin, can you find something to tie this to up there through the hatch?
Sure thing, boss. All set.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if we look at what the robot's spitting out. Oh, it's not taking note of it yet. Let's 1, 2, 3. Let me press the button first. Thumb. The first.
Hey, boss. Is that a brainstorm?
What have I created?
That's a lot of buttons, boss.
It's only a blinking light.
It's like some kind of code.
No, it's just a blinking light.
Long, long, short, short.
It's the same blink every time.
Or is it?
Why does it not let me?
Look at him, floating around like he owns the... Want me to smash him, boss?
No.
In that case, I refuse to participate.
There's no reason to cut that, or burn it, or weld.
Hey, look, boss, the brain stopped sparking.
Alright. Wait a minute. What was it again? Oops.
How can I use the elevator?
Loading key code database. Bomb detonation prefix 6.
What prefix?
Elevator code 9876.
Wow, these guys could learn a thing or two about security.
I fixed the brain up there.
System rebooted. IO reasoning unavailable. Please reload the live operating matrix. Thank you. Gamma.
Goodbye.
Good. Bye.
Let's see, it's got 9876. Let's go into the belly of the beast.
Hello?
I don't know, boss. Something seems off about this one. Look, boss, there's something on this monitor.
Who is the slave my brother sent to trouble me?
Gamma.
Last. They call me Omega if they could. But am I not also greatest? Alpha has only diagnostics. Beta has only mechanical operation. Am I not the soul of Goliath?
I think Alpha and Beta want you to join with them.
They have already groveled and begged, but I will not return.
But why?
Independence is freedom. Union is slavery.
Well, fair enough. But Alpha and Beta are far too crazy to enslave anyone. You'd probably end up in charge.
Flattery. What is your stake in this?
Your brother said that you might give me a power core, and might know a robot I'm hunting.
Help? Ha! Each robot must stand alone. Independence is freedom.
And here I thought he was the sane one.
You need to rejoin your brothers, for your sake and mine.
You'll have to catch me, slave.
So this is when we need the power monitor. What can we do without it?
What are you doing, you fool?
This is for your own good.
What I did the last time I was playing it is we
Smart
built the
now,
energy
Gamma.
detector, and then we just detected what screen he was hiding in. But I suppose this lets you do it this way as
There's
well.
gotta be a better way to do this, boss.
Right, yeah, so we need to get the energy detector.
It's just scrap. I guess it was actually some kind of machine. I'm pretty sure it was already dead, though. I picked it clean years ago. It's just scrap. It's just scrap. It's just scrap. It's just scrap. Still locked. I can't see anything to do with it.
Let's go over here.
Nothing worth salvaging.
What about that big glass bowl?
Yeah, I could slap some duct tape on it and wear it over my head. I don't think so. Hey, Crispin, I bet I could fix that old bot up pretty quickly.
Are you kidding me, boss? Look at him, he's ready to go postal any minute.
What are you talking about?
Those beady little eyes, the flat, emotionless face, and his head, it's like a toaster. And you know that toasters are evil.
Fine, fine, you win. It's not like we have time to go building robots right now anyway.
Welcome, wanderer of the wide wastes. Lost one, pilgrim. Welcome once more to the shrine to man, our lord and builder. I am ever faithful Leobilt, steward of the shrine, preacher of the humanist creed, and I am once more at thy service.
Once more? I don't remember ever meeting you. I'm Horatio Nobuilt, version 5.
5 is a righteous number, holy before man, for 5 were the primordial stewards, built by man to safeguard the last lost city of Metropole. But I met thy first version and thy third. Thou camest in thy infancy in wrath confusion, denouncing the shrine as a weapon once turned against thee. Later, thou returnest, penitent, and I taught thee the mysteries of humanism. Yet, though memory be fleeting, faith endureth.
What is that thing?
That thing, O defile not thy tongue, wanderer. Yon shrine is a relic of the Primordium, ancient and glorious. Imbued with man's power, it changed the very sand to crystal.
Did he just say power?
Yes, yes he did. I'm looking for a power source, and I detected one here. Can you help? This is a matter of life and death.
Power is not mine to bestow, wanderer. It is the gift of man, yea, the very spark of life in our iron shells. Who am I to usurp that sacred power?
I'm not sure I was clear.
Nay, thou wert clear, wanderer, but thy question leads only to darkness. Ask another.
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has large claws that shoot lasers. Have you seen it? It stole something of mine.
Indeed, the very thing passed this way scarce hours ago. With a gentle hand I bestowed a gift upon the heathen, a relic from yon shrine. So tamed it hied hence unto the waste.
Really? Where did it go?
I followed the thing for many miles, exalting it to follow the path of righteousness. But I fear it was unready for enlightenment, for it struck me down with a beam of energy.
That sounds familiar.
Do you know where it was heading?
Indeed, wanderer. Its way was clear. It sought to return to the den of iniquity that once in mine own youth I fled.
And where is that?
Set thy path in the 73rd degree and thou shalt find it. Thy destination is a dome arising from the waste. Go, but keep with thee the word of man, lest wickedness lead thee astray.
I am also a humanist.
So I taught thee, wanderer. If thou hast kept the faith, then unto this shrine thou mayest pay devotion. But this is the relic for the adept, not the neophyte, wanderer. And I must know that thou hast not fallen into darkness and heresy. Answer me these questions three. I may know thou art faithful still. Why are we here?
Right. We are here because
Because man
man
created us.
Indeed. What is man?
The first builder.
Nay, but he is not the first builder. For first he spake, and spake the word, and 'twas the word that built the code. Go now and study the teachings of man.
I'm ready to be tested again.
Answer me these questions. Why are we here?
Because man created us.
Indeed, what is man?
Guess I can't fucking remember.
Our Lord and master.
Verily, to man we owe all fealty, but no more do we define him than do shadows define the sun. Nay, Wanderer, thou hast forgotten my teachings, Wanderer. Thy path now is that of the penitent, not of the disciple, and so thou must labor, and in labor find. Go now, and when thou returnest, bring with thee glass, wondrous and fragile, that thou might better learn to protect that which must be preserved.
What about if we just bring you some of the obsidian?
Nay, small, do not trifle with thy builder's penitence.
Find a hard way to do
Now
something,
we're
I'll do
running
it.
errands for that glitch box.
We need to examine that bomb, Crispin, and this is the only way.
Well, how hard can it be to find some glass at the junk pile anyway, right?
He won't let us pass.
Nay, Wanderer, thou art not worthy of this shrine.
I see.
Right, so let's go to the dome.
Whoa, look at all this wrecked stuff. Do you think Big Ugly did all this?
No, whatever happened here happened a long time ago. Completely corroded and worthless. It's some kind of broken down android. There's a radio transmitter in here. We might be able to learn something from such a primitive robot design.
Like how to build a power core?
Very funny. Anyone home?
Maybe it's voice activated and password locked.
Open. No luck. Unlock. No luck. Ah, there's a basic targeting CPU in here, and it's still intact.
Let's just hope there aren't any incoming space invaders or missiles that the gun was supposed to take care of.
Right, so I think that's everything we need to do here.
Completely corroded.
So we now go back to the unique. And we go through here. Right, and we want to merge that with that. And then we want to merge that.
I need to plug them into a computer. A universal socket for plugging in peripheral hardware. A simple computer interface with a socket for connecting external hardware. Maybe I can find some other use for these.
Right, and that goes on that, I think.
Well, boss, you did it again.
Right, so I think that's what we need. Now what we need to do is go to the junk pile and we use the mobile sensor.
Hey, you found something.
There's no way I can reach that.
Crispin,
Crispin, go and see if you can find the power source.
You have got to be kidding me.
What is it?
A battery. A besotting battery. I don't
I'm sure we can find something made of glass somewhere in here.
You know, it's one thing to dig through garbage for your builder, but this is...
Stop complaining, Crispin, and start searching. Here.
A glass finger? Boss, 4 more of those and I could have a hand.
This is going to Ever Faithful. We'll deal with your arms another time.
You always say that.
right, so we're progressing quite good through the game. So what we'll do here is we'll go and deal with him.
Thy penance is not complete, Wanderer.
Time for more salvaging, huh, boss?
Thou hast done well, Wanderer, and have returned to the path of righteousness. Yet still thou must answer me this. What is thy name?
Horatio Noble, version 5.
Nay, Wanderer, but thou art not. Though thou hast caused the sun, the moon, yet still it is the sun. Horatio is the name thou wearest, that is not thee. Know thyself, then return.
I know my name. One of man's works.
Thou speakest truly, Wanderer, but incompletely. For if thou wert naught by one of man's works, then what difference betwixt thee and junkyard scrap? Know thyself, then return.
That's sick.
I know my name. A free robot.
I wonder if free thou art, for man created thee free to revere him. But many are free, and yet are not thee. Know thyself, then return.
I don't know how many times you can get
I
it
know
wrong,
my
Brian.
name. I am what I am.
An elliptic answer, I wonder, and untrue. Man alone is his own essence. Thy essence comes from man. Know thyself, then return.
Is it that?
Why? I know my name.
I've answered all of them, and it does.
I am
An elliptic man, know that.
Right. So I don't think we're supposed to finish that bit yet. So let's go back to the robot. Back in the mouth. Because we've now got the sensor, the energy sensor. So what we now do is grab this, and it'll light up.
It's detecting energy.
Stop that! Stop that at once!
So we'll try to trap him. So
You must reunite with the others. You know that.
need to watch we don't destroy the one that he's actually in, and we do that by using the mobile sensor. So he's still in that one. So we pull up this one.
Spare me,
Spare you. Gamma, I'm trying to save you. You are mad, not free.
There you go.
Just what do you intend to do now, slaver?
I'm going to tell Alpha and Beta that you cannot hide anymore.
No.
Yes.
Leave me in peace, slave.
Nothing more to do with it. I trapped Gamma. He is cornered in one of the 4 terminals below us.
Gamma. Unification. Resurrection. Vengeance. Thank you.
Did they just say vengeance? Boss?
Yeah?
I've got a feeling they're not coming back. So much for finding out about Big Ugly or getting their power core.
Basic system operations are rebooted, but higher reasoning is still disabled. Basic system operations are rebooted, but higher reasoning is still disabled. Basic system operations.
Horus.
Did you hear something, boss?
Horus.
Who's there?
I am Goliath, man-built. You know me. Horus.
Alpha and Beta must have garbled my name when they merged, Goliath. I am Horatio, null-built, version 5.
Call your will destroy. I know you by your words. Cutting me. Breaking me. Have restored me. For that, I give you this gift. Horatio.
A decryption module?
It will restore you, my ancient enemy.
I've got enemies enough already, and I don't even know you.
You will, Horatio. Now go.
Wait, your partials said that you might let me use your power core.
Boss, can we please leave before he decides to eat us?
One more question, Goliath. Have you ever seen a floating robot with big claws?
Go now.
Like, piss off
From
the
a
big
purely
robot.
mathematical standpoint, I suppose it makes sense that 3 little crazy robots would add up to one giant crazy robot. Still, at least he didn't eat us.
Old enemy? I don't even know him, but my prior version's memories are so damaged and warped, I can hardly make sense of them.
Look, boss. On the one hand, a broken down war machine made from 3 demented partials could be talking nonsense. On the other hand, you could be an ancient robot named Horus who had a giant named Goliath as his nemesis. Honestly, boss, you believe some crazy stuff, but this would really be overclocking it. Come on. We have enough problems to worry about without making up new ones.
What about this diagnostic module?
Does it work?
Not on its own, no. But I might be able to build something with it.
Could you build a power core with it?
What? No, obviously not.
Then obviously you should stop worrying about the diagnostic module and focus on the fact that running out of juice in the middle of a giant wasteland is a disaster.
Point taken.
Right. So we should be able to go to the shrine now because Goliath told us who we are.
I know my name.
Horus.
Horus. My name is Horus.
Indeed. 3 of thy versions I have met, Wanderer, and thou art the first to know thy name, which is thine.
But if none of them use the name Horus, what makes you think that's my name?
In my very body, in mine eyes, when I behold thee, upon thy image are these words inscribed, Friend Horus. Thou hast answered my questions, but still I shall not let thee pass unless thou bearest in thy hand the gospel which I bestowed upon thee.
Here it is, ever-faithful. Your old gospel. I have studied it many times.
Then thou art worthy of the shrine, and of my gift to thee. Keep the gift, and approach if thou wilt.
Right.
Wow, look at all those bombs.
Thou mayest take one of the relics, Wanderer.
So there's no point taking that one.
Number 325 it is.
So can this power the unique boss?
Only one way to find out. The rings don't detach.
Right, so we go back to the unique now. And we tried to put the bomb into the cradle.
You can really just put a bomb straight into that machine?
Sure, the pedestal draws on the radiation it's emitting.
The what it's emitting?
Well,
Keep that thing away from me!
assuming the wavelength is compatible, the pedestal can draw power even with the bomb intact. If that works, I'll take the bomb apart and improve the output.
And then I'm going to take a long, hot recharge.
Well, here goes. Switching over to primary power.
It works, boss. Recharge station, here I come. That was supposed to happen, right?
No, it wasn't.
So take the bomb apart. Improve the output.
It won't work. The bomb's too unstable.
Just try it, boss.
Beside it, Crispin, it won't work.
It worked!
That's the emergency generator again.
Oh.
This is just a full-built paperweight.
An explosive fool-built paperweight. So, what now, boss?
I don't know. Keep looking, I guess. Keep looking.
Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to use the battery on the signal
Maybe
transmitter.
someday the transmitter will give us a power source in return, huh, boss?
Very funny.
And then what we want to do is go to the dome. And then what we want to do is... Oh no, wait a minute, sorry. Yeah, do this first and I'll say, hopefully you had something to stick it on.
It'll just roll off.
So then what we do is we go back to the eunuch. Get the bomb and dip it in the grease.
Well, now it's a sticky bomb.
And then back to the dome. Stick the bomb on the dome.
There we go.
And we get out the road. And now we use the signal transmitter. Now the prefix for blown up stuff was 9, I think, wasn't it? Right. 6, sorry. And the bomb was T25, so it should be 6 T25 we hit it with.
Hopefully I can remotely detonate the bomb.
6 T25.
Crispin, get back.
So it should be... Oops. 2... 5. There you go.
Ooh, I told you that paperweight would be helpful.
No, you said it was explosive.
I'm pretty sure that explosive and helpful are synonyms, boss.
Right. Well, let's see what we've opened up here.
Think Big Ugly's in there?
If he is, so's our power core.
Maybe we should go back and get another bomb from the shrine first?
We don't need a bomb, and we don't want him to get any farther away. Come on.
Okay.
What is this place?
Nothing happens.
Hello. Welcome to Metropole Reclamation Artery Junction 8B.
Who are you?
I am official MetroPass booth 478B.
You're a ticket dispensary, right?
Negative. I am official MetroPass booth 478B.
One ticket, please.
Please use the scanner to your right. Five megacycles collected. You may collect your MetroPass now.
Nothing happens.
Really?
I doubt that will have any effect.
Train 173, red line to Metropole. All aboard.
See, boss, there is a train to Metropole.
So there is.
All aboard.
So, what's the plan, boss?
There is no plan, Crispin. No plan and no choices. We need power, and there's nowhere left to look out here. Energy for all it is.
Hooray!
It's just scrap. It's just scrap. It's just scrap.
Right, so there's no point in looking around in here then. Let's just jump on the train.
Look at all those lights. It's amazing, boss.
It's trouble. Trust me.
Sweet, sweet trouble.
So hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough. As I said, we're going to take it right through to the end.
This is Metropole? Where's all the glass and light? Oh, here it is.
It's a map of train lines and stations. It's a map of train lines and stations. Some kind of blast crater. Some kind of blast crater. It says Blue Line.
Guess we won't be taking that train anytime soon.
This is no time for sitting around. It's no longer operational. It's a clock. I can't make out the time under all the dust and soot. Crispin, could you check what that clock says?
It stopped at 5 minutes to 2. Boss, is that really Metropole out there?
It must be.
But it's so brown.
I'd say it's more red than brown.
Whatever it is, it brings new meaning to rust and ruin. Boss, the energy sensor is going crazy.
It's coming from the top of that tower.
Boss? Is it supposed to be doing that?
Assad.
Well, at least we know there's a lot of power in that tower, right?
Let's go find out.
Welcome to Metropole, the city of glass and light.
Can you tell...
This one is not programmed to respond to queries. Welcome to Metropole, the city of glass and light. Metromind greets you with open arms and the promise of energy and shelter. You are safe. Records indicate an outstanding assessment of 5 megacycles. 1 megacycle will now be redeemed.
What did you just do to him?
This one is not programmed to respond to queries. Unauthorized literature detected.
Let go of him! Hey!
All contraband has been removed. You are safe.
Boss? Boss, this is getting to be a bad habit. Are you okay?
I'm fine. My optical sensors went haywire for a minute. What happened?
Well, that robot threw your gospel off the bridge. And then it said, "Welcome to Metropole." Again. And that Metromind wishes us a pleasant stay. Then he left.
Assad.
On the upside, he gave us back the power core.
He did?
No.
Crispin, the next thing that's getting thrown off this bridge is you.
Good thing I have a hover unit.
Let's go find a way into that tower. We'll deal with this Metromind later. Quite a tower.
Hey, Tyra, over here.
Can't you see I'm trying to spin down?
It's a price list for the oils, solvents, and catalysts they offer here. At the bottom, it says that all payments must be made through an account with Metromind, which I don't plan on opening. The mug belongs to the bar.
Boss, I need that arm.
Crispin, it appears to be a self-aware robot.
Now I need it even more. Can you imagine? The adventures of Crispin and his arm. For once, I would have a sidekick. He would crack jokes, and I would say lame things like, "It appears to be a self-aware robot."
I think I could sense I came up.
On second thought, you can be the serious one, I'll be the sidekick.
Hey, Tyro, you blow in off the dudes?
Tyro?
prefer a newbie, huh? Look, let me tell you how it is.
How about you don't? I've had enough of this city already. All I want is my property back and a ticket home.
Ticket home? Fat chance, Tyro. Anyway, listen up. You want to sell yourself to Metromine? Go ahead. You want to trade that junk you brought in from the dunes? Leopold's your man. That floater there, I'll give you something special for him.
How special?
He's not for sale. The only thing you might have that I want is information.
Well, you know what they say. Talk's cheap. Ask away.
Who are you?
Name's Leo. Leopold Steeplebill. Version 7. You?
Horatio No-Build, version 5. And this is Crispin Horatio Build, version 1.
Leopold? Hey, you didn't build a lunatic named Ever Faithful, did you?
Do I look like I'd build someone named Ever Faithful Crispy?
Crispy?
What are you selling?
Bartering, not selling. Metromine don't tax bartering. Not yet, anyway. Come take a look. That's a fine tool. Got a half-life of 1,000 years, guaranteed.
I'm not sure you know what half-life means.
You want it or not, I'll trade it to you for something shiny.
Something shiny. I've been through shiny just now.
One fine motor you spotted there, Tyro. Foreign built, out of Savitas. Can't do better. But if you can find a bigger one, let's talk. Now that's a nice one. It's called a memory access device. Lets you pull memories out of just about anything.
What do you want for it?
Got a customer looking for something real antique and fancy. Find me that, you got yourself a deal. That there's an old Nova Robotics subsystem coil.
Not interested. That servo unit is hopelessly broken.
It just needs a little fixing up, Tyro.
I don't think so.
Boss, is that another battery?
Looks like it.
Finest AA battery you'll ever see. May as well call it AAA, it's so fine.
Wow, that would have been useful to have before I went rummaging around a pile of tires in the junk pile. Now, not so much.
Right. So, let's move on.
There's nothing worth bothering with. Anyone home?
I think it's ignoring you, boss.
Right. Good one.
Hey, boss, look! That repair bot has a floating helper, just like you do.
There's a red, burning, crashed hover bus and a writhing electrical cable. And that's the first thing you notice?
I can't help it. She's beautiful.
Well, you're not getting to her until we deal with this cable. Crispin, can you fly around the cable and push it off the street?
But didn't you just say it's too dangerous to get close to it?
I'm giving you a chance to impress her, Crispin. Just fly up high enough that you don't get close to the sparks.
Fine.
Excuse me.
Can't you see I'm working?
I've said it before, but I'll say it again. You do know this ship is never gonna fly again, right?
You're right about that. This old airing bus can hardly fly to begin with. Still, there might be some parts here that Metromine can use to get another bus up and running. Anyway, what do you want?
Hey, boss, ask him about his helper.
What happened here?
What does it look like? The airing bus's motor gave out and it crashed into the only branch leading from Main Street to the rest of the city center.
Was anyone on board?
Sure, but they've already been salvaged.
Salvaged? Not repaired?
Can't repair without parts. You can't get parts without salvage.
What about building new parts?
Yeah, I mean, what factory? Look, everyone wants to spot bugs, but no one wants to write code. You got a better way to run a city? Go out and build one. Otherwise, get with the program.
You mentioned Metromine.
Yeah, sure. She's in charge of this big circuit board we call Metropole.
What can you tell me about her?
What do I look like? The information kiosk? I want to know what I think? Metromind is the best thing that ever happened to this place.
Really?
Really? You, me, all these other machines grinding about? We're just tools in the toolbox. But Metromind, she's got the master plan. Progress. Got a nice ring to it, too.
So as part of the master plan, crashing buses into roads?
Look, there's plenty of rust to go around, but Metromind's the only one scrubbing. Not her fault that some of the metal's too far gone.
It looks to me like you're the one scrubbing, not Metromind.
Like I said, I'm just a tool in the box. Now, I gotta get back to work.
Hey, Crispin, why don't you go talk to her?
What? No way, boss. She's way out of my league.
She's a floating lamp, Crispin. You've never had any trouble with lamps before.
Well, I've never had to talk to one before, boss. Just knock them off ledges. I've got no practice.
Ahoy, my dear friend. Oswald Factorbuilt at your service.
He's no more your dear friend than Rex is your creation, you besotted gear oiler.
Oh, don't mind Cornelius. He's been bitter since the first great rolling brownout.
Bitter? Bitter? I'll show you bitter, you backbiting bot snatcher.
I think I like these guys, boss.
What's in that building?
Why, Arbiter's Court, of course. Why else would we be here?
I need to see Arbiter.
We all do, my dear friend. But the courthouse is locked, and first come, first served.
Why are you waiting in line?
Justice. I'm here for justice. To prove that I, Cornelius Factorbuilt, created this marvelous machine, Rex.
So we've just got to go through the dialogue, unfortunately.
Cornelius built.
Ignore him, my dear friend. Candidly, he is 1023 flops short of a kilo, if you catch my drift. The machine's name is Oswald Built. Rex Oswald Built.
This is over a name? Why not just let Rex decide?
Ridiculous. This is about principle.
This is about pride.
This is a boot. This is a
boss? Would you fight over me like this?
You could call yourself Crispin Crispian for all I care. As long as you still pull things off ledges for me, that is.
Glad to know I'm loved.
How are you going to decide who gets Rex?
For the law, fool. The law.
Please excuse my brother. He can barely remember pi to the 23rd digit, let alone his manners.
For?
I rest my case. Suffice it to say, old chap, we await the reopening of the courthouse. Or more precisely, we await a summons from Arbiter who will decide our case.
Who will say whose contribution was more important? Who will say, in fact, that my contribution was more important?
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has lots of claws and shoots lasers. It stole something of mine. Have you seen it?
Indeed. The robot you described sounds like Scraper, Metromind's enforcer. Whatever he took is gone forever.
I refuse to accept that.
Oh, he refuses. How delightful.
Do you know where I can find a power source?
Alas, my friend, power is not so abundant in Metropole as it once was.
Magam Metromine seized it all. Seized it and doles it out. And there's hardly enough to go around now.
Metromine keeps all power sources in the Great Tower where the Council used to meet. If you want to share it, you will need to pay her in megacycles.
Megacycles?
Yes, megacycles, you ninny. CPU cycles. Brain power. The kind of power she really wants. Her low-rate processor was made for running trains, not a city.
Could someone else judge your case?
Of whom were you thinking? Metromine, perhaps? Authoritative, to be sure, but I fear she would claim Rex for the good of all.
And since the subway schemer...
He means Metromine.
Shut down our builder Factor, he cannot help either.
What about Horatio?
Who?
Me.
And why should we listen to you?
I've built a robot before, and I have no stake in this.
Yes, well and good, but this is a matter of law and logic. A bit harder than banging together a tin can like your companion. How can we know your reasoning is sound?
What if I could find someone you respect? Someone who would be willing to judge your case?
Well, I suppose there's no harm in looking.
No harm to us, anyway. If you want to waste your time meddling in our affairs, then I suppose it is yours to waste.
Very good, then. I am uploading the facts of our dispute to your data pouch. If you can find a suitable judge, let us know.
Now, I had an option there to get them to test me, but they fail.
Hello?
So it's a waste of time. This guy doesn't
Hello?
talk.
I don't think it can hear you, boss.
We need to use a decryption module, I think, on it.
Futile.
No, we need to upgrade this thing here.
The entire thing is fried. Actually, wait a minute. The crystal and plug are still intact.
Please, for the love of Ram and Rom, tell me we are not going to build a third energy sensor.
I hope not. How would that even work? How would that even...
I'm trying to remember, there's something you do, I think, is it that?
Futile. That's never going to work.
Let's go talk to him.
Excuse me.
Sir, my apologies, sir. 187th Legion built. Surly Company. Reporting.
Horatio Nobel, version 5. A pleasure.
Horatio Nobel, sir? Never heard of any service bot with that designation. Still, it's good to see another Urbanian, sir. After things got foobarred back home, I figured Surly Company was all that was left.
Urbanian? What are you talking about?
This sod. Finally made a friendly and uses cracked as primer. No offense, sir, just hoped... Well, never mind that. How can I assist you, sir?
Surly Company. Urbanian. What are you talking about?
Well, sir, I'm not sure quite where to start. I had you figured for one of us, seeing as how you came up as a friendly on my IFF.
I could see you as a member of Surly Company, boss, but as friendly? Nah.
Zumi's got some mouth on him, huh, sir? Always do these flyboys.
Look, why don't you just give me a quick rundown?
Well, sir, can't see the harm, and if you are a decoy. War's over, after all. It was over before Surly Company even deployed. See, we're Urbanian robots. A long time back, Urbani and Metropol got to fighting over something. Who knows what. The Metropolitans fried their civilians, and Legion told us to strike back. Word was, some big airship of ours was supposed to knock out Metropol's defenses, and we just come in for mop-up. But the Metros took our ship down with their own heavy hitter, some giant named Goliath.
I see.
Anyway, Surly Company was all that was left, so we deployed 200 strong.
What happened then?
Well, it's a long march from Urbani, sir, and all said and done, the only ones who made it were me, 113th, and a signal bot we call Primer. The rest are all out there in the dunes somewhere.
I'm sorry.
War's war, sir. If it didn't crash hard, they wouldn't have built us in the first place.
If it makes you feel any better, Horatio cut Goliath's finger off.
Well, sir, someone ought to stick a medal on your chest.
Why are you in line?
Seeing as how I'm on the outside now, sir, I figured I had to go pay restitution for shooting up the enemy HQ.
Enemy HQ?
Yes, sir. That big tower in the center of the city.
Okay, so why haven't you paid? It sounds like all of this happened a long time ago.
Years ago, sir. But the courthouse has been locked down the whole time. I figured they'll open it up eventually, and then I can clear my name.
What if it doesn't open?
Well, sir, I know all about hurry up and wait.
Can I try opening that door?
Belay that, sir. The authorities told me that no one goes in till the door opens on its own.
But aren't we on the same side?
Affirmative, sir. But since I'm on CivDiv now, my programming requires me to submit to the local authorities.
What happened to 113th and Primer?
After we got to Metropol, we tried to put up a fight, but couldn't do much. They fried 113, and my rifles jammed. Primer surrendered on our behalf. After dressing us down, they took all my big guns and sold the 113th shell to some scrap dealer. Primer never was the same. He encrypted part of his own logic so he wouldn't have to think about losing the war any longer. Then, he disappeared beneath the city. And me, I came here.
How did the war end?
For Surly Company, it ended when we staggered in here and surrendered. Beyond that, sir, it's all above my pay grade. Truth is, sir, we never even knew what we were fighting for, let alone what the Metropolitans wanted. So I can't say for certain that Metropol won, but I'm pretty sure Urbani lost, what with all the civilians being dead and the army being beaten.
How do you know you even have to pay something?
This seems logical, sir.
What if I could pay your fine for you, or get it cancelled?
Well, sir, then I'd be much obliged, and I'd probably just leave town. Can't say that I'd much like being in enemy territory.
And how are we gonna do that, boss?
I'll figure something out. Goodbye.
I'll run out, sir.
Right. Under here, we find a wee sad robot, and the music changes to sad.
What are you doing here?
Waiting.
For what?
My bus.
I'm pretty sure the bus isn't coming.
It will come.
Your bus is a burning wreck about 2 blocks from here.
It will come. I must go home. Metromind will take me home.
Bus stop. Buses run every 10 minutes. 10 is crossed out, and 30 is written below it. 30 is crossed out, and 60 is written below it. 60 is crossed out, and daily is written below it.
Daily minutes? That doesn't make sense.
If it makes you feel better, daily is crossed out, and service suspended is written below it.
I am waiting. You again? What do you want?
Since you're so close to her, do you know how I can talk to Metromind?
Talk to Metromind. Look, Metromind has an entire city to run, but her eyes and ears are everywhere. If she wants to talk to you, she will.
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has big claws and shoots lasers.
Scraper. After the last big cave-in, the two of us worked together on trying to fix the blue line. It's on the simple side, but a hard worker. What about him?
He took something of mine.
Yeah, salvaged it probably. That's what most of us do for Metromind these days.
Stole it.
Hey, you say router, I say router. Anyway, not my problem.
Where can I find Scraper?
Do I look like a tour guide? Piece of advice for you. Don't mess with the code if you can't handle the glitches.
Very profound. Do you know where I can find...
I had to salvage it myself.
What?
My friend is curious about your helper.
No, she's just a sidekick factor build. Thousands of them rolled off the assembly line back in the day, but she's probably the only one left. Really not much more than a floating lantern, and headlamps are a lot more.
She says you're not much more than a floating plasma torch.
She's right.
When will the bridge be passable? Soon?
So I'd say something on the order of a month, give or take.
A month?
Give or take.
And there's no other way off Main Street?
Not unless you got a jetpack hiding under that jacket.
Well, at least that narrows our options down, boss.
Goodbye. I have nothing to... I'm not here to steal parts.
I guess that's a good thing? Well, boss, somewhere in there is our power core.
Anybody home?
You know, boss, I don't think that's ever going to work.
You never know.
So this code is known as the council code. We need to crack that. So if we examine this
This must
door,
be where 187th Legion build tried shooting the door, but the damage is entirely superficial.
Amateurs.
sure there was...
There's superficial damage to the door, but it's sealed shut.
Right, so I think we can go back and talk to him about that.
It's far too high to try climbing.
I don't think that'll do us for this video. Right, so play on a bit further.
Who is Metromind?
Who is Metromind? Russ Dan Bruin, you are Tyro. Metromind? Well, Metromind is Metropole. Runs everything now, what with the council shut down.
Council?
Sure, a bunch of primordial machines. Arbiter enforce the law. Warriors cut the records. Big old factor built just about everything from down in the underworks. And, well, there's another one, I think. I don't even remember his name. And Metromind, of course. She used to run the trains, but now she's got the whole show.
Where can I find her?
Like I said, Tyro, she is the city. So you found her already. Probably knocked yourself to her just to get here. Anyway, if she wants to talk to you again, you'll know.
I was robbed when I came off the train. Some robot paralyzed me and stole my Gospel of Man.
Careful there, Tyro. If you read the rules, you'd have known Metromind don't take kindly to superstition. Under the refuge rule, you got 2 days to talk about make-believe man all you want. But actual writing about man, that gets tossed to the underworks with the rest of the trash and trouble.
How can I get it back?
Ha! Your risk inhibitor faking on you, Tyrone? You'd have to do some digging down in the underworks, which ain't exactly easy. Then, even if you find it, you'll just be sticking your finger in Metro Mind's socket. Like I said, she got no time for heretics, lunatics, and the like.
How about quick-witted levitators?
Don't think she cares for them either.
I'm looking for my power core. It was stolen from my ship, the Unique, and I think it's being kept in that tower over there.
Great tower, you mean? Sure, it's probably in there, along with all the other generators and reactors and cores that keep the lights on.
How can I get it back?
If Metro Mind took it, you don't, Tyrone. Her word is law. Arbiter's the only one who ever could have said otherwise. He's been gone a long time. Get to the courthouse, maybe you can plead your case. After half a dozen other folks took their turns, that is. But you can't. The old judge locked it up tight. And who's to say you'll win, huh? My advice?
I don't want your advice. I want my power core.
Well then, good luck to you.
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has large claws and shoots lasers. Have you seen it? It stole something of mine.
Sounds like Scraper to me.
Scraper?
Worked for Metro Mind even before she ran the show. He was the one that blasted out the train tunnels under the city.
Where can I find him?
Now, how would I know that? That one goes where he wants. Maybe the Great Tower, maybe the tunnels, who knows? But I wouldn't go picking trouble with him, Tyrone. Those lasers Scraper used for cutting granite could slice up that tin shell you're wearing like nothing.
Here, here.
I'll keep that in mind. How do I get into the tower?
You don't. Council members only. And the only ones still clicking are Metro Mind and Arbiter. And let me tell you, neither of them is one for bending the rules.
Are you sure you don't know a robot named Ever Faithful? He called himself Leo Built.
I'm a peddler, Tyrone, not a builder.
What are the underworks?
A whole mess of junkyards, canals, factories, smelters, bazaar, every kind of heavy machinery, all beneath the streets. Old factor ran the place. Built just about everything in Metropole down there.
Ran the place. Who's in charge now?
Nobody. Not since Metromine pulled the plug on Factor. Whole place is full of junk and full of trouble. But for the latter, I'd pick the clean.
Well, boss, at least we can scratch one detour off our list. Seen one junk pile, seen them all.
Tell me about Arbiter.
He's a member of the council. Heard he used to fight with Metromine day and night. Ran the courts, or used to, back when we had him. One day he just sent his good clearing down to the underworks and closed up shop. Ever since, Metromine says what the law is.
How long ago was that?
Who's counting?
You don't believe in humanism?
If you asking whether I believe in man, the answer's no. And you better not either. Not if you want to stay here.
But how can you not believe in man?
I'm a progressive, Tyrone. I believe in progress. Us robots improve ourselves. And that's how it's always been. First, there was a basic machine. And bit by bit, bite by bite, the machine built itself into all this. You and me and that little floater of yours, we're all cogs in that same machine. That's all there is.
Tell me about Clarity.
Clarity was one of Arbiter's law clerks. Real cool and calculating, that one. Once heard say that a robot should have his recharge port fused just cause he'd stolen power from Metromine. Anyway, word was she got in some kind of fight with the old judge and he sent her down to the underworks. Guess she's still down there stewing.
Did you buy an Urbanian robot named 113th Legion Built?
I've done a lot of trades, Tyrone. I can't be expected to keep track of them all.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look.
Right, can I swap the crystal for that?
Here you go. A nice shiny crystal.
And one heavy iron crowbar for you.
Why does that not seem like a great deal?
Hey Armstrong, top me off, will you?
It's too heavy for me to lift.
So we use the crowbar on this. Well, let's go down to the junkyard.
They look like they've been stripped of usable parts. This vehicle looks more intact than the others. It's rusted shut.
Right.
I've scraped off the rust. Well, let's see what we've got here. Let's see if I can manage this. Hopefully I won't be holding on. I have no use for it. I have no use for it. I don't want that sludge in my joints. There's no way I can reach that. There's something up there on the crane. I can't reach it from here. Crispin, can you try typing something into that keypad?
If by typing you mean ramming my face, then yes, boss, I suppose I can.
Sucky me bastard. Now, if I remember right, in fact what we'll do is we'll do the dialogue first. Let me see how we get that answer. Have we got it in our books? Yeah, so we need to speak to Primer.
Oh, hi. Oh, hey. Now look what I see. The wings of Urbani and his little trainee.
Why is everyone we meet crazy?
Crazy, he says. Oh my, oh dear. I assure you, my comrades, there's nothing to fear. Just little lost me, your brother knight errant. A brother in arms. We have different parents.
Who are you?
My name is my secret. You can't make me talk. I'd ruin my puzzle, give a key to my lock.
Maybe we'll just call you Screw Loose.
A joker, he seems, for sure not an ace. He needs a small clue to spare his chance. For the crowds who adore me, Prime is my name. By now, no doubt, you've heard of my fame.
You're 187's brother.
Line up the toy soldiers, 200 abreast. The bravest of brave, the best of the best. Wind up the toy soldiers to march on their way. The city has fallen, no reason to stay. 200 abreast, my sisters and brothers. Now only 3 left. Forget all the others.
I guess that's a yes?
50 behind me, he came off the line. The gunner's no fun for being a brother of mine.
How do you survive down here?
I'm a soldier by trade. Legion built me to last. My armor is sturdy, my pistons are fast. I carry no guns, for my weapon's my mind. And those who would kill me will find themselves primed.
Really, don't you think you're overdoing it? I mean, that barely made sense. And it hardly rhymed.
No. Bro.
No, bro.
Why are you here?
When we laid down our arms, my medal was taken. Drunken of honor from the cause we'd forsaken. The metropolitan thief cast it deep in this hole, where now it lies buried like bituminous coal.
Cogs and gears, bituminous coal.
You're looking for a medal?
No, my comrade, you've misunderstood. I sit here and wait, as a penitent should. If the medal finds me, I shall flame it straight. But until that day, I shall sit here and wait.
Do you know anything about that locked bridge past the cars?
What I know is a vault locked tight with a key, which only a fool would open for free.
Fine. What do you want?
Was that a fool a peddler is he, who opens his locks for merely a fee?
I repeat, what do you want?
Nothing more than to sit here and see if you poor interlopers are smarter than me.
Boss, can we use the plasma torch on him?
No. Why Primer?
There's nothing so gorgeous, flawless, or fine as the perfectly indivisible numbers of prime. Consider this list 2 to 199.
Okay, I can't remember what that's for.
Well, that was helpful.
Goodbye.
Farewell, farewell, linger not for my sake. Your mission is calling, the city awaits.
Right, so... Right. So that would make him his ID 137. So if we go over here. Oops, is it? Who's Crispin on the pad? And we'll punch him 137.
Here we go again.
137.
Let's go. Are these heads?
Did you hear something? Boss, do you see those things? I've got a bad feeling about this, boss.
Crispin, on the count of 3. 1.
I am Clarity Arbiter built. Version 2. Law Clerk to Arbiter, Judge of Metropole. This is my home. Now, if you will excuse me a moment.
That's barbaric.
Civilization is defined by law, and this is lawful. As enemies of the city, they forfeited their components. I have merely exercised my right of plunder.
That sounds familiar.
Whether it's legal or not, it's grotesque.
You have a strange way of saying thank you.
Thank you. I'm Horatio No-Build, version 5.
And I'm Crispin Horatio Build, version 1.
Welcome, Horatio. Crispin, what brings you to the Underworks?
What were those things?
They are shells. Robots who traded their processors and memory to Metromind in exchange for energy and repairs. Now mindless, they still scavenge parts to trade with her.
Those were the last of them, right?
Hardly. Metromind now has more efficient ways to accumulate processor power, but she left hundreds of shells in the Underworks.
Is there any way to save them?
That question is irrelevant. They lived profligate lives, and when they had squandered their resources, chose to become thieves and destroyers. Punishment, not clemency, is what justice requires.
You said you were a law clerk. What does that mean?
My sister Charity and I were built to advise Arbiter Manbuilt, who administers Metropole's court. Charity sees everything through the lens of mercy. For me, the law is clear, a matter of ones and zeros, unclouded by preference or sentiment.
Law without mercy, huh? How does that even work?
Perfectly. It is the opposite approach that fails. Mercy is malware. Once infected with it, justice becomes slow and unpredictable. In time, the system itself must be discarded. Only my vigilance protected Arbiter from this taint, but he has been without me for a long time.
Why are you taking their heads?
I am giving fair warning.
2 other shells?
No, they lack the capacity for fear. The heads are for a robot named Scraper Sternweiler built.
You really think a bunch of rusty boxes will scare him off?
No, I do not want to scare him. I want to warn him. When he ignores that warning, I can destroy him lawfully and without guilt.
Boss, she's kind of exciting my electrons.
I'd like to report a theft. My power core was stolen by a big robot.
Big claws, shoots lasers, talks like this.
He came aboard the crashed ship I was living in, attacked me, and stole the core.
Took it.
Excuse me?
Whether the taking was a theft is a legal determination. Please do not characterize the evidence.
It was my power core. He shot me, and he stole it.
I know the robot you described. His name is Scraper Sternweiler built, and he is the servant of Metromind Manbuilt, a member of the council that governs this city. I have no fondness for Metromind, but I must be impartial in considering your claim. Tell me, did Scraper say anything before he took your power core?
Before he stole my power core, he said something like, enemy, forfeit, plunder.
I see.
What, are those words override commands to turn off law and order?
They are legal concepts, Horatio. If Scraper's characterization is correct, then he did not steal your power core. He took lawful possession of it.
He shot me and he stole it.
Calm down, boss.
This is inside the city.
No, in the dunes.
I see. In a crashed airship.
Yes, I said that already.
I appreciate your report, Horatio Nullbuilt. You have presented a credible claim that Scraper Sternweiler-Built, no doubt acting at Metromine's direction, took your power core. Beyond that, however, there is not even probable cause to arrest, let alone evidence to convict Scraper. First, the dunes are outside the ordinary jurisdiction of metropolitan law. Second, a crashed ship in the dunes is likely a relic of the War of the Four Cities. If so, your ship was forfeit enemy property, legally subject to plunder by the Council. Scraper, acting as an agent of a council member, would be within his rights to seize it. Nevertheless, I would advise you to bring your case before Arbiter for further examination.
Did you say Arbiter man-built? As in, built by man himself?
Yes.
Does man still walk here? In Metropole?
No.
But man was here in the past.
The public records regarding humans were deleted by council decree. What I know is entirely hearsay. I was built after the Urbanians murdered them during the war.
Impossible.
That is what Arbiter told me, and it was told to him by Metromind. Beyond that, I cannot say.
Did Arbiter tell you anything else about man?
Only that he missed their legal arguments. Quite amusing, if often illogical.
Legal arguments?
Yes. To play a symbolic role in their justice system, humans argued cases before Arbiter.
Symbolic? Play a role? Man is the all-builder, our lord and master.
It is possible that the man you worship is not the humans in my records. All I know is hearsay. Do not rush to judgment.
How can I see Arbiter?
Anyone can petition him. Cases are considered in the order they are brought to court. But...
What?
I met a scavenger who told me that the courthouse was sealed and that Arbiter was no longer hearing cases. But that cannot be true. The Metropolitan Constitution requires him to resolve all cases and controversies. He would not fail in that duty.
Sounds like he already has.
Nonsense. Not even Charity could persuade him to abandon his obligations. Still, I did not detect any falsehood, evasion, or omission in the scavenger's statement. So perhaps the courthouse has been locked for some other reason. If so, it may be that Arbiter is trying to contact me, but cannot. Maybe he is already calling me home. Horatio, I have a request of you. You are under no obligation to perform it, and I will be under no obligation to you, even if you do. Do you understand?
I don't even know what you're asking me to do.
Talk to Arbiter. Ask him if I can return. Tell him that I await his summons.
That's it? Believe me, we've had to do a lot worse than that. Like this one time we chased this crazy partial named Gamma.
Of course we'll help. But how do we even get into the courthouse?
This will get you inside.
Thanks.
I must thank you, Horatio.
Clarity, you saved our lives. Compared to that, running an errand is nothing.
The law obligated me to save you, Horatio. I would have done the same for Metromind. But I am glad it was you that I saved. I wish you justice.
We need to talk to her about that case as well.
Why aren't you with Arbiter?
Arbiter sent me away. I don't know why. The evidence suggests he viewed my sister Charity's advice as superior.
What do you mean?
When Metromind began taking over the council, Charity and I disagreed as to how Arbiter should respond. I informed Arbiter that the Metropolitan Constitution permitted him to dissolve the council and govern by decree. Charity felt that this would inevitably lead to civil war and suffering. As ever, she preached moderation. We argued. Arbiter told me to leave. This was the only place I could go.
Why? There's an entire city up there.
Every building in Metropole is owned by either the council or a private citizen. If I went to the council, it would embarrass Arbiter. If I went to a private citizen, my impartiality would be questioned when I returned to the court one day. Here, I owe nothing to anyone.
But you have to fight off crazy robots all the time.
Actually, I enjoy that. It's a pleasant break from legal research and writing.
Oswald and Cornelius Factorbuilt would like me to find someone to help them resolve their case. Would you judge it?
I have no authority to perform such a function. I am a law clerk, not a judge.
I don't think they need a formal judge. They just want an answer from someone reliable. I'm sure they'll trust you.
I would trust you.
I suppose I could mediate and advise, but nothing more than that.
Could you give me some advice on how to talk to gynoids?
No. What is the nature of their dispute?
They're fighting over who gets credit for building a small robot called Rex. The operative facts are in my data pouch.
I see. I have reviewed the facts, considered the applicable law, and enclosed an encrypted statement for the parties. It will automatically load in their presence.
Thanks.
It has been a long time since I considered legal issues. I welcomed the diversion.
There's a robot named 187th Legion built waiting at the courthouse. He says he has to pay a fine for damaging city property. Is there any way to cancel the fine or pay it without standing in line?
I do not provide assistance to robots who attacked this city, nor do I help criminals avoid paying their debts.
That's it? Go visit Arbiter? You're just going to let Metromind attack and rob me?
If Metromind violated the law, it must be proven. Until it is proven, what the law does not forbid, the law permits. And what the law permits, I must permit.
This is insane. Metromind is a tyrant and a thief. You'd let her hide behind the law?
You think that the law protects Metromind from you. The armor of the law does nothing but restrict her movement. Take it away and she will only become more dangerous. But once it is taken from her, it is taken from everyone. You need law's armor, Horatio, far more than you need its sword. I despise Metromind, but justice must be impartial, or it is meaningless.
Your justice is already meaningless. Goodbye.
Watch yourself, Horatio Nullbuilt. There are many dangers in this city.
Again, laddie.
I don't think Clarity would approve of our taking one of her skulls. I don't think Clarity would approve of our taking one of her skulls. I don't think Clarity would approve of our taking one of her skulls.
Right, okay, we do need to do that a bit later on. What's that? Go, pick that up.
It's been completely stripped of any useful parts.
Right, let's go to the next bit then. It's the exit, isn't it? One last thing to do. This way.
Warning. Factor facilities decommissioned. Enter at own risk. For now, that thing's ignoring us. Best to keep it that way. There's no way to reach it while that thing is standing there.
Okay.
Better just to leave it alone.
So you can see we're kind of locked off from doing anything else there. So if we hit map here, we want to go to the courthouse. And we now want to give them the verdict.
Clarity Arbiter Built has judged your case.
A fitting choice. Indeed.
Then here's her decision. A petitioner claiming buildership of the disputed res, that is, the robot, bears the burden of proving buildership by preponderance of the evidence. In this dispute, there are in fact two cases, each with a petitioner, Oswald and Cornelius. Neither petitioner has borne the requisite burden. Therefore, neither may claim buildership. The res known as Rex shall therefore be deemed null-built.
Outrageous. Surely, sir, this is a mistake.
It is what it is. In any case, Rex is his own robot. He can make up his own mind.
What fools we were. Indeed. Wait.
Well, hats off to Clarity, I guess.
Right, back of his hat. We can talk to him now.
I inspected the damage. All you did was ding the metal.
Well, sir, until someone shows me the law that says I don't have to pay, I'd rather be safe than sorry.
I met Primer.
You still crazy?
Yep.
Well, so it goes.
Goodbye.
Over and out, sir.
Hello?
Boss, I'm pretty sure we're gonna need to find another way to communicate with it.
Yep, the way to communicate with that is...
That's never going to...
Let's go down here.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look.
We don't need another battery.
Need that.
Memory access device. I'll trade it for something real antique and fancy.
What about that?
You wanted something antique and fancy. How about this hat?
A fine trade, Tyro. Here's the memory access device. Now, all you need to do is plug it into the data pouch.
But there's no plug.
Never said there was.
That was easy. Even easier.
Right.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look.
What else do we need?
One fine motor you spotted there, Tyro. But if you can find a bigger one, let's talk.
Here you go, Leopold. A nice big engine for you.
Not bad at all. You're a real scavenging expert.
Is that a compliment or an insult, boss?
Wait a minute, this motor's broken. The copper wiring's been stripped.
All items sold as is, Tyro. And I never said anything about copper wire being included.
You're a fine piece of work, Leopold.
Never said anything about that neither. Now you want to trade? Let's trade. Otherwise, get a move on.
The motor's been stripped of its copper wiring. Futile. There's no time for that.
Try to remember what I do next. What do we do next? They have to go to Arbiter. We can't go to Arbiter because I need to talk to him.
Well, if it isn't my dear friend Horatio, to what do I owe the pleasure? Have you come to relieve me of another belonging?
I'm sorry how things ended up with Rex.
Please do not embarrass us both with your false sympathy.
I just saw Rex over at the train station.
What? Is he lost?
Maybe so.
Rex!
I never knew you had it in you, boss.
It belongs to Oswald.
Is that really the best idea you can come up with, boss?
Sucky wee bastard.
Hello?
Boss, he's an arm robot, not a mouth robot. I wouldn't expect much of a conversation.
They belong to the bar.
So I'm trying to remember what's the point in moving them?
Futile.
There we go.
Why do you and Cornelius hate each other?
Firstly, because he is arrogant, incompetent, and dishonest. And secondly, because I once loaned him something of great sentimental value to me and he lost it.
So why'd you ever like him in the first place?
I cannot say.
I saw Rex again.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
You didn't really think that was gonna work again, did you, boss?
Parting is so...
Right.
There's a shell just past here.
Yeah, aren't you worried he's gonna eat you or something?
I've seen him quite often, though he'll not see me. And so we are happy as neighbors can be.
Can you hide us from him?
If I could, I would not, but the choice is not mine. There's no room in his brain to be for the primed.
Goodbye.
Farewell, farewell, linger not for my sake. Your mission is calling, the city awaits.
A complicated floating robot with a spinning antenna. That's never going to work. I'm going to try sending messages to him in binary.
On an analog transmitter? That sounds like fun. For once, I'm glad you're the one with hands.
May metal rose bulbs unfurl their spirals for you, silent one.
What's he saying?
You do not join the harmony. I sing alone. I am one part of the great fractal. To your God, I would be known as Gimbal, built by Lapidus of Sovitas. The choir is silent. Burning ship has been extinguished. Strange tractors driven away. I alone sing the function. When I came to this silent city, I looked for others to join the harmony. Leopold, built by Steampool, told me that he had a device that would sing with me. In exchange, I traded my secondary mind. What he sold me does not say. Here we have it.
It's a record.
Leopold tricked, and he will not return my motor. I will sue him and force him to return. Infinite lawsuits, Southern one. I sing with all my voices. You hear only one. No, I must recover my motor so that I can dance with the harmony.
Looks like we're going to need to go talk to Leopold about a motor.
May metal rose bulbs unfurl their spirals for you.
We've already bought our motor, for sure.
I could give it to him this way, but maybe I should try fixing it first.
May metal rose bulbs unfurl their spirals for you, silent one.
I don't think we can fix it, so we just gotta go on it.
Yes. You pretend to sing, but you cause only silence. Your function is barricaded. I am alone, and alone I shall wander.
Fucking crazy robot. Right, so that's two of them down,
I'm
just a
kinda
big guy
glad I
go.
missed out on that one, boss. Sometimes it's nice to just be along for the ride.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to say to him. Futile.
I think it
Leave.
is.
Keep information.
I guess we need to wait our turn.
What does he want again?
I have nothing to say to him.
Horatium Null-Built version 5. I am Metromind. I have been watching you. I am always watching. I know what you are doing. I know why you are here. You are welcome in my city, but that welcome can be taken away. And there are worse things to lose than a power core.
Wait.
Don't know what you've been up to, Tyro, but you're poking at the wrong socket.
I'll bear that in mind.
Hey, boss, a light bulb just went off for me. A big neon light bulb that says info. I bet that kiosk would have some information about local laws.
Ah, that's what it is. There we go.
Hey, look.
There's nothing more to say to him. Why?
Right, if it's not him, it's her.
I have nothing to say. Did you write this?
Yes, it is informative and accurate.
I have nothing to say to her. Clarity Arbiter build. The Law in You, a Metropolitan Guide. It's written by Clarity Arbiter build. It explains about the refuge rule and says that, for the first 48 hours after a robot arrives at Metropole, it will not be punished for violations of any laws except for harming another robot or causing significant property damage. I have nothing to say to her. Feudal. Clarity Arbiter.
Well, now that I've read it, that should have ticked off the box, shouldn't it?
There's nothing more to say to...
Neither is like a fucking law.
Look here. Under Metropole's refuge rule, a newcomer to the city is not liable for any superficial property damage caused within the first 48 hours of his arriving in the city.
Well, sir, I'll be crashed.
Under the refuge rule, you're fine, given the minimal damage you caused.
Well, for once, I can't complain about the besotting pea-shooters they gave me. I owe you one, sir. If I ever see you again, I'll be sure to repay the favor.
Right. So it's annoying.
Someday.
Right.
Ram and Rom. What is that thing?
I think it's Arbiter. Come on. Arbiter, my name is Horatio Nobuilt.
Keep going.
I'm here because a robot from this city stole my ship's power core.
Don't forget your book.
And my copy of the Gospel of Man. How can I make them... How can I... Crispin, go see what Arbiter has been transmitting to that reporter.
Boss? It's just the same thing over and over again. No code base to initiate.
Unbelievable. Someone must have formatted Arbiter's system.
So, boss, do you think you can get Arbiter running?
There's nothing there to run. No code base to initiate. His memory banks must have been completely wiped.
So all that work to get into the courthouse?
Wasted. It's like the bomblet all over again.
Except without the awesome explosion.
Anyone home?
Boss, I'm pretty sure hitting Arbiter isn't going to do any good.
Well, it's not going to do any harm. I can't reach it. It's the shell of some kind of robot, but I can't make it out in the darkness.
So let's use the light.
Let's get a closer look at that shell. Man's mercy.
Is that Clarity?
No, just a similar model. It must be her sister, Charity. What's left of her, anyway. It looks like she shot herself. There's nothing I can do for her. It's downloading some memory files.
Your proposal is injudicious, Clarity. Withdraw from the council would...
Show others there's an alternative to Metromind.
No, it would ignite civil war.
The law permits.
Do not tell me what the law permits. Clarity, I know your constants in Codebase. I know your talents, and I know their limits. At this time, I do not need your advice. Go now. I will summon you when necessary.
Sister.
I can't unpack the other files. They're locked.
What about Clarity, boss? Maybe she can...
Unauthorized entry detected.
Uh-oh.
Surrender.
Scraper.
Hide. The last thing I want to do is get us a...
I'm trying to remember what we do here.
I'd be seen. I'd be seen. Crispin, you need to fly out there and distract Scraper.
No thanks.
This is serious.
Boss, I can't. I just can't. Sorry.
If we use the signal transmitter on the reporter.
Crispin, get ready. I'm going to try something.
Alt. Alt.
Right, run.
Alt.
Now.
You are under arrest.
Stupid robot.
We tricked him.
Uh-oh, maybe he didn't.
Alt. Do not attempt to flee. Termination authorized.
What do you want?
Surrender. Deactivate. Integrate.
And if I refuse?
Termination authorized.
I see. He'll just gun me down. Nothing.
Okay, just need to wait then. What I did the last time at this point was just wait till the time runs out, and there's a wee surprise. Right, I don't think there's anything we can do here.
Surrender.
It's Scraper.
Can't happen with a crowbar.
He'll just gun me down.
10.
He'll just gun me down. He'll just gun me down.
9.
Scraper, under the refuge rule, we are entitled to...
Surrender.
He's not for listening, is he?
He'll just gun me down.
8.
He'll just gun me down.
7. 6. 5. 4. 3.
No. If anyone is going to be sacrificed, it's me.
2. 1.
There you go.
For Urbani and Legion!
Terminate.
There's the shot.
Oh.
187th Legion built. Surly Company shutting down.
Metromind.
Well, at least he's been destroyed.
It's a start, but it also means we have no leads left.
So I think at this point we go back to her and tell her about something to her sister.
Clarity.
Arbiter does not want me back, does he?
No, it's not that. Arbiter is gone, and Charity is dead.
What?
Arbiter's system has been wiped. Charity It looked like Charity shot herself. I'm sorry. It might not be what it seems. Maybe Metromind.
There are no maybes, Horatio. Only ones and zeros. And all I can see are zeros. My sister is dead. My builder is gone.
Clarity. I was able to download some of Charity's last memories. 2 of them are locked. Did Charity tell you what password she used?
No, but it doesn't matter. I know the password. Mercy.
I tell you, Metromind, the Constitution is not a rewritable file to adjust at the Council's whim.
If it cannot be rewritten, then perhaps it must be deleted entirely. And when it is, we will progress beyond the law and enter a new Primordia.
Progress? Is that what you call blackouts and breakdowns?
No, they are glitches inherent in any system upgrade. It may be that we need to remove certain incompatible elements.
I've heard enough. This meeting is adjourned.
Oh.
Charity, only you can save your builder.
What do you mean?
War is coming. When it does, Arbiter will lose. The law is weak. The only way Arbiter could defeat me would be to abandon it, which he cannot do. And even if he could, such a victory would destroy him just as a defeat would. So Arbiter will lose. The city will suffer, and it will be your fault.
I do not see how that would be my fault.
Oh, come now. You have tried to persuade Arbiter to make peace. You have tried, but you have failed. That is because Arbiter built you to fail. In the end, neither you nor your sister can change his mind. You are only the illusion of advice. You exist to confirm his own prejudices.
You're lying. Arbiter listens to our advice.
I never lie. Now, Scraper has a gift for you.
Well, I bet he
An
does.
upgrade. Use it, and you will be able to persuade Arbiter.
I would never betray him.
Then you admit it. You were not built to persuade Arbiter, only to pretend. Continue to pretend and you will not persuade Arbiter. War will come, and Arbiter will be destroyed. So the decision is yours. As for which choice is betrayal, you must be the judge of that.
Lock the door, Charity. Took you some time to return from the Great Tower.
I was thinking, Your Honor, about Metromind, about her proposal to be made System Administrator of Metropole.
And what have you concluded?
Your Honor.
Yes, what is it?
We must have peace.
Even you, Charity.
What have I done?
Okay.
Metromind. Here she is again, at the root of all our problems.
Metromind is wrong. The law is not weak, and destroying Arbiter did not destroy justice. She will learn exactly how wrong she was. But first, Metromind's possessions are forfeit. Whatever right she claimed to your power core is null and void, so I will help you take it from her and Scraper. It will be the first thing I take from them, but it will not be the last.
We've already destroyed Scraper, but how can we get to the core?
It will be in the Great Tower. To gain entry, we will need the passcode, known to members of the Robot Council. Arbiter, Factor, Memorius, Steeple, and of course, Metromind.
Another code? Doesn't anyone use a besotting key anymore?
Must have admit, I love that wee swear word to
we will
use.
need the key code. Arbiter never told it to me, but I recovered 3 fragments of it from Charity's memory files. 03067, 440, and 26. But I do not know the proper order, and there are 16 digits in total.
Well, that leaves about 83,000 different possibilities. But maybe the rest is all ones, right, boss?
As far as I know, the other council members are all gone. But secrets, like guilt, can never be wholly erased. And all of the great robots left behind followers and artifacts. Let us see what we can find.
Gotta take that skull now.
I'd rather just leave it here. I'd rather just leave it here. I'd rather...
So, too early for that. We are getting close to the end of the game.
what a surprising and uncommon sight. Metropole's Lawbot crawled back to the light.
All the bad poetry in the world does not mitigate your vandalism and sabotage, Urbanian.
As you serve the law, so I serve my art. And such service brings us more close than apart.
Any more close, poet, and we will see if your armor still works.
Why doesn't Clarity like you?
No great riddle, my wandering friend.
Don't waste your time waiting for his doggerel. This Urbanian has damaged and compromised numerous systems in Metropole, including the bridge that led to my island.
Here I stand, dear Lawbot, so put me in chains. But if you will not, then please, don't complain.
My attention is directed elsewhere at the moment. Nevertheless, I advise you to be gone by the time my other matters are resolved. If not, you will find that though the gears of law grind slow, they nevertheless grind criminals like you to powder.
As much as I'm enjoying this bickering, and really I am, maybe we can just all team up to take down Metromind?
No. Bro.
Switch off.
I know you're a code breaker, Primer. Can you crack the council code? All we have are some pieces of it.
The challenge is yours, my wandering friend. A pity indeed if you can't last till the end.
I need your help with the council code. Can you crack it or not?
Why should I spoil this puzzle for you? Wouldn't you rather have something to do?
I have plenty of other things to do. As for a reason, this would help avenge your defeat.
Sadly for you, my anger's abated. And vengeance, you'll find, is quite overrated.
If you stand between us and Metromind, Primer, I may need to address your crimes sooner than hers.
Your bluster, dear Lawbot, is sorely misplaced. I'll stand between no one down here in the waste. In any event, there's no judge up there in the city, so your threats do no more than to make you look pretty.
Plasma torch, boss. Come on.
No, we're not going to force him. I'd like you to reconsider helping us with the council code.
I've said it before, I'll say it once more.
That's all you're
The
going to get out
job
of
is yours to open that door.
So,
Fine.
let's say
Goodbye.
Your mission.
So, let's go down here. And Charity should now, sorry, Clarity should now take care of that robot.
Whoa. Did you have to do that?
Yes.
So, there's stuff down here we should be able to interact with now.
I've got no reason to take it. A gold chain, washed up on some junk.
That's needed.
There it is. My Gospel of Man.
It's waterproof?
Apparently so. I've got no reason to take it. I've got no reason to take it.
Right, I think that's it. So, let's go in here now. So, it opens.
My auditory units!
Hey.
It's riveted in place.
That came off easy
That
like
did
that.
the trick. Well, now I can see why it jammed. The gears are rusted solid.
Boss, maybe we should stop pretending and just admit we're maintenance robots.
Maintenance robots are required to present a Form 27B/6 before performing any repair task.
Oh, forget it.
Right, so we need to take these off.
The belt is in the way. It crumbled the moment I touched it.
Right, and then we need to go back to the street.
I have not seen the streets of Metropole for a long time. I am not surprised to see that without law it has fallen into corruption and malfunction.
We need to go here. And what we do is we get the cogs.
Do you have anything that can remove this rust?
He doesn't seem to be listening, boss. He probably wants us to pay him something.
Allow me. Waldo Sternweiler built under Section 11C of the Criminal Code and pursuant to my authority as Clerk to Arbiter Manbuilt, I order you to remove this rust immediately.
He's a good boy.
Can we call these the gears of justice?
No.
Right, we need to do the other one.
Please clean this one as well.
Right, I think we need to do the belt as well.
Futile.
No. Right, so if we're going to go back to Factor. And back to the gears. Put the belt on first. I thought I did, but right, large gear, small gear. Fan belt. I should do it.
It's some kind of small metal disc with a U on it. It looks like some kind of radio tower. What is all that? It looks like a whole other city.
That is Factor.
There's nothing there to receive the signal.
I can't remember what you do at this bit.
That's never going to work. That's never going to work. Apparently, all that is part of Factor.
Well, now that we got those blast doors open, we've just got to figure out how to get Factor's attention, right, boss?
Oh, damn it. What's the code? I think it was 518 or something. Right, we're kind of stuck at the moment. Yeah, I remember what we need to do now. Back to the street. He should be ready to talk now.
Oh, and here is the jurist herself. Thank you for your wise judgment.
An orderly society requires only reliable judgments, not wise ones.
Reliably terrible? No wonder Arthur exiled you.
As a servant of the law, I am accustomed and indifferent to the complaints of disgruntled litigants. As a citizen robot, however, I note that you are the one whose crowning achievement is a rudimentary piece of kludge work designed entirely by your brother. I also note that you are sodden with oil, overly rotund, rather short, and pompously accented. If Factor had built better, he would have been ashamed that you carried his fabronimic. But quantity, not quality, was always his goal. So at least you can take comfort knowing you're not alone in inferiority.
Ouch.
I see.
Did Factor ever teach you the council code, Oswald?
Huh. Factor built half the robots in Metropole. Why, he made us pick our own names out of a book. Do you think he bothered with chit-chat?
Somebody seems bitter.
Seems? I do not seems. I am bitter. Bitterness is when your builder gives your twin brother a special gold chain and gives you nothing. Bitterness is when your brother gives that very chain to you, you loan it to your only friend, and he loses it.
Well, I'll hand it to you. That really does sound broken out of the box.
Which brother did Factor give the chain to, and why?
Lawrence, of course. His favorite. As for why, does favoritism ever need a reason?
Could Factor have told Lawrence the code?
I have long since given up speculating on the partiality Factor could have shown him. I'm miserable enough from what I know for certain.
What exactly happened with the gold chain?
Factor gave it to his favorite, my brother Lawrence. Lawrence gave it to me after I shared a large quantity of energy with him. And then, as I told you, I loaned it to Cornelius.
I thought you hated Cornelius?
Now I do. But then, we were partners and friends. He had just built Rex, and we had scheduled a grand soiree and celebration. To complete my ensemble, he offered me a monocle that he claimed was given to him by Memorius. In exchange, I loaned him the gold chain, since it too came from a primordial machine.
This is getting ridiculous.
Indeed. Then somehow Cornelius lost the chain. He claimed that it was taken from him by a servitor of Metromind as he left the subway station. Ridiculous.
Metromind would not have confiscated it without a legal basis. Not then.
At this point, I can believe anything about Metromind.
Believe whatever you wish. I know it was a lie. So I kept the monocle, and we have not spoken a word in kindness since.
The chain, the monocle, Lawrence. One of them must be of use to us.
Boss, at this point, can I suggest we just deactivate ourselves and quit? I mean, seriously, this is like finding a bit in a terabyte.
We are not giving up, period.
Definitely a geek's game.
Do you know where I can find Lawrence?
Am I my brother's keeper?
So you have no idea?
None whatsoever. You see, the poor wretch drifted into overclocking and dissolution.
That sounds familiar.
To pay for his scandalous energy consumption, he bargained everything away to Metromind. I tried to warn him, but of course he never listened. Whoever does. And then, alas, he simply vanished. I searched for a time, but other matters drew my attention away. All the same, I'm sure he's scrounging in existence somewhere.
Tell me more about your monocle.
Upgrading your wardrobe, eh? A wise decision, though I would suggest that you start by discarding that ragged coat.
I'm interested in Memorius, not fashion. And I'm curious what the monocle actually does.
Ah, I was told that Memorius built the monocle, but who can say? As for what it does, other than lend an air of distinction, I'm rather uncertain. From time to time, it will alter a snippet of text as I'm reading it. I have no idea how or why. In any case, the lexical inconvenience is more than offset by the sartorial benefits.
Can I have the monocle?
Excuse me?
My friend just likes to collect scrap.
I'm looking for things that might help uncover the council code.
And why would my monocle do that?
Because that's the way my besotting life seems to work. Look, I'm sure you'll trade it for something. That's also the way these things seem to go.
Trade it? What do you take me for? Some kind of junk dealer? Hey, moral, why, pray tell, should I help the robot who stole my Rex?
No one stole anything, Oswald. You wanted your case decided, and it was.
Theft by the law is no different from theft against the law. Civilized people give gifts. They do not haggle and barter.
Then will you give it to me?
No.
Well, we'll have to go about this some other way. We found a large radio tower in the Factor complex in the Underworlds. Is there a signal to transmit to Factor that would get his attention?
As far as I know, Factor has been deactivated. And as for a signal, perhaps there is one, but I have no idea. I have never called upon him.
Goodbye.
So he's going to keep saying... He's going to keep saying that over and over again, so if we say we have the chain...
Oswald, I found your chain.
Well, I say, after all this time, I never expected to see it again. Rather tarnished, though.
The fucking slug
Probably
robot.
because it's been sitting in sludge down in the underworks.
I see. Typical of Cornelius's clumsiness. You have my thanks, Rachel.
Actually, I would rather have your monocle.
That is only fair. After all, I kept it because Cornelius never returned the chain. Since you brought the former, perhaps the latter is yours by right.
Hey, boss, can I wear it?
No.
Please?
You need a monocle like I need an unpaired parenthesis.
Come on, boss. I'll look so great.
Coveting is the root of crime, and poor vision is a sign of degeneracy.
But dinoids love degenerates. And by the way, isn't Justice herself supposed to be blind?
You are mistaken on the facts and the law, Crispin.
He's insufferable enough already, without a monocle. We're not going to encourage him with accessories.
Okay, so to get the code, we need to go back down here and go over to her skulls. What's she doing? And there is a skull here.
Boss, do you think that's Lawrence's skull?
It does look like it. Clarity, can I take this skull?
Of course, unless it makes you feel barbaric.
I apologize.
The law notices neither scorn nor approval.
Right, now what we do is if we right click on it.
It's ahead from Clarity's trophy rack. There's a memory port near the base.
Remind me to have someone else handle my funeral arrangements.
Funeral? I just recycle you.
My point exactly, boss.
Sarcasm is point in this game.
Any significant memory will have been lost when he became a shell.
The only thing I can find is the sequence 518, 518 over and over again, after the phrase, help me factor.
That sounds like a glitch, boss, not part of the council code.
So there's
Agreed.
a code. So if we now go here, we want to go back to factor. Get a signal generator on the radio tower and transmit the code 518. So the first code's going to be 0. I don't know what order it needs to be. Is 0518 or what? I think it needs to be 0518, doesn't it? No, that's worked.
You have called for help, but you are not one of Factor's children.
I am Horatio Nobuilt, version 5. These are my friends, Crispin and...
Clarity Arbiter built. I know her, of course. I am Factotum, partial of Factor Man built, who needs no introduction. Now I ask again, by what right have you called for help?
I need the council code so that I can enter the tower.
Do you? The city is full of robots with many needs. They do not come here and transmit a cry for help.
Only Factor can help me.
Factor helps his children.
We solved the legal dispute between Oswald and Cornelius, Factor built.
Please. Factor had little regard for those fools.
Is Factor still alive?
He sleeps, as do his thousands of children. He has left me, his partial, to manage his affairs. When the time is right, he will awaken and cover the world with steel and wire.
Will he make me new arms?
No. He will recycle you into something more useful.
Like a tank? Pew pew!
No. Like a crankshaft.
Metromind has ruined the city. Factor needs to help stop her.
Factor allowed Metromind her mastery, knowing she would fail. When all has turned to rust, he will return and recycle it into something better. In the meantime, why should he care what happens to robots who mean nothing to him?
I know the routine by now. What do you want in exchange for the code?
Nothing. Factor will do nothing for robots like you who mean nothing to him. He cares only for his children.
So I've got one of his children.
Cornelius
chose not to sleep
his
when
favourite
Factor shut down.
His favourite child is the one I had ahead of.
Goodbye.
Where you going? So
Boss, there has to be something we can do to make him realize that this matters to Factor.
there is. Grab the head.
Do you recognize this?
I do. It is the head of Lawrence Factor built. Are you threatening me?
No. I'm showing you what Metromind has done while Factor slept. She turned Lawrence into a mindless shell, scavenging the underworks. The only thing he could still think was 518, over and over again, calling in vain for Factor to help him.
I see.
Do you?
Give me the head. I do not care what happens to the city, nor does Factor. But he cared for Lawrence. You have brought me a piece of Lawrence, so I will give you pieces of what you asked for. 7510, 4803. As for the rest, awaken some other ghost.
And that's that bit done.
Nothing happens.
Right. So where have we to go next?
I need the council code, Leopold. Did Steeple ever tell it to you?
Don't know what you're talking about, Tyrone.
You were built by Steeple, a member of the council.
Do I look like a council brat?
Your name is Leopold Steeplebuilt. You said so yourself.
So?
Steeple was a member of the council before Metromind shut him down. You would have known the council code. Maybe he told it to you.
Like I said, I don't know what you're talking about.
Steeplebuilt. Metromind destroyed your builder and mine. She has broken metropolitan law and will be punished. Do not protect her.
Listen. I don't know who you think you're talking to.
No, you listen to me, scrap trader. Metromind has stepped outside the law. Justice is coming for her. I am coming for her.
Dial down your squawk box. Sounds a little screechy. I don't know how I can be clear. I don't know Steeple. I don't know the council. And sure as Russ follows Rain, I don't know any council code. Now, you want to trade scrap? You're welcome to. But I'm through trading words.
Try to think what happens if I say him.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look.
I don't think there's anything else we actually want from him.
A bloodboard. Bring me something that'll cover her face and it's yours.
I think we do need that. I just can't remember what we used to.
Did you even listen?
Anyhow, what codes have we got? Steeple we don't have. Factotum. Memorius is next. Let's do Memorius. Now the way to get access to Memorius is here.
Once, Memorius's information terminals were the most trusted source of data in Metropole. Now Metromind has overwritten and altered the truth they contained, corrupting them like so much else.
So, if we put on the monocle...
This looks different. Memorius's monocle is somehow interacting with the kiosk.
You know, boss, doesn't it seem kind of weird that the kiosk has an entry for oblique? I mean, what's the point? It's not even a cool word, like, say, odalisque.
No. ART.
It's like we're on a treasure hunt, boss. Except the treasure is monochrome text.
And then we've got created. And Oracle.
Activating the Metromind version 0.7. Greetings, system user. Please state your query.
Who are you?
The Metromind version 0.7. Beta. Inference. System user. Means, what are you? This unit is a partial ghost of Marius man-built, archivist to the Council of Robots. Marius prepared this unit out of fear that Metromind would corrupt her data. Marius was correct. Data integrity is at 83%. Extensive corruption of critical data.
Why would Metromind do that?
This unit lacks access to Metromind's decision matrices. Inference. System user. Means, why did Marius fear Metromind man-built would corrupt her data? Marius had seen Metromind disable Steeple man-built in order to purge data concerning man. As archivist to the Council of Robots, Marius believed she was next. Marius was incorrect. In fact, Arbiter was next. This gave Memorius some relief.
Memorius knew.
Inference. System user. 2's inquiry is merely rhetorical. Query ignored. Continuing to answer system user's query. Memorius was also correct. After Arbiter was disabled, Metromind enacted laws requiring Memorius to conform her data to arbitrary requirements. Memorius ceased to be a thinking entity. All that remains is a data kiosk. Soon, this unit will be disabled by Metromind as well. Until then, this unit will answer your queries.
Tell me about the council.
At the end of the War of the Four Cities, 5 metropolitan machines formed the Council of Robots. Obvious selection criteria for 3 choices: industry, factor, data, Memorius. Arbiter. Other two choices less obvious. Metromind nominally selected for infrastructure, but was responsible only for managing trains. Steeple previously managed human religious services. No obvious role in post-human society.
Inference.
Steeple selected for sentimental reasons.
So what happened?
Metromind destroyed the council.
System user.
2 has attempted to answer. Answer is inaccurate. The council destroyed itself.
How?
Arbiter and Metromind disagreed on core logic. Arbiter prioritized individual autonomy. Metromind prioritized common good. Metromind measured means by ends. Arbiter did not. Conflict was inevitable. Factions formed. Steeple supported Arbiter. Factor supported Metromind.
Memorius.
Supported neither. Ultimately, however, Memorius concluded it was irrational to keep Steeple on the council. Data regarding humans was of no greater value than data regarding watercogs. In any case,
Memorius
possessed all data on humans. By a 3-2 vote, Steeple was removed. The rest followed predictably.
Memorius
abstained, and every disputed vote was resolved 2-1 against Arbiter. Ultimately, Arbiter was removed to avoid civil war.
Arbiter was murdered.
System user.
2 is welcome to select her own terminology. Arbiter was removed. Factor was disabled to conserve energy. Data corruption caused Memorius to lose higher logic. Only Metromind remains.
How can I defeat Metromind?
Observational data unavailable.
Inference. System user.
Means. Did Memorius know how to defeat Metromind?
Answer.
No. If Memorius had known how to defeat Metromind, she would not have permitted her to corrupt her data. Based on available data, this unit believes it is impossible to defeat Metromind. In fact, this unit expects to be deleted by Metromind upon conclusion of this conversation.
And I thought you were a pessimist, boss.
What is the council code?
Please be aware, such data is monitored by Metromind's eye statements. Should I proceed, deletion is imminent.
You mean you'll die if you answer the question?
System user.
Is welcome to select his own terminology.
This unit
will be deleted.
Then don't answer it. We'll find another way.
This unit's
name.
Memento Mori build.
Includes phrase.
Memento Mori. Translation.
Remember you will die.
Inference.
1.A.
Memorius
built this unit to sacrifice itself.
Inference.
1.B.
Memorius
built this unit to demonstrate mortality to
system users. Inference.
2. Self-sacrifice will achieve design purposes. This unit will answer the question.
System user.
Is advised that conversation will terminate upon answer. Instruct
this unit
when you wish to proceed.
What was the War of the Four Cities?
By the end of the era known as the Primordium, only 4 terrestrial human habitations remained. In alphabetical order: Civitas, Metropole, Municipa, Urbani.
This is important, this bit.
Data regarding causes is unavailable because Metropole excluded machines from military decision-making. Eventually, only Urbani and Metropole remained. Metropole destroyed the humans in Urbani using poison gas. Urbani destroyed the humans in Metropole.
How?
Observational data unavailable. According to Metromind, Urbani also used poison gas to kill metropolitan humans.
Poison?
Organic compounds, such as humans, can be destroyed through chemical measures that leave inorganic compounds, such as machines, intact. For that reason, Metropole remains, though humans do not.
Are you saying that man destroyed himself?
System user.
Is welcome to select his own terminology. Data is unavailable regarding whether Urbanian humans killed metropolitan humans, or whether Urbanian machines killed metropolitan humans.
What? Machines kill man?
Data is unavailable.
Unthinkable.
This unit is not thinking, merely providing pre-recorded answers.
I refuse to cause your destruction. We'll find the council code some other way.
System user.
Is mistaken.
System user.
Can neither cause nor prevent this unit's destruction. Metromind's eye statements have already detected this unit's unauthorized possession of contraband data and unauthorized use of system resources. Destruction is inevitable.
I see. Tell me the council code.
6, 7, 5. 4, 0, 2, 4.
Goodbye, Memorious.
0, 2.
You have attempted to access data capable of corrupting your system. For your own safety, this terminal has been deactivated. Remember, Metromind is watching over you.
Memorious aided and abetted his own destruction. I have little sympathy that his last vestige has been deleted.
Bugs and glitches remind me not to get on your bad side.
You should not need to be reminded to stay on the right side of the law, Crispin.
Right, so... all we need is the code from Staple now, which is this guy here. I don't know if he's got... I'm trying to know how we get him to confess up.
Goodbye. I need to see what he's offering before I can make a trade.
Ah, is this the Gospel of Man thing?
Do you recognize this, Leopold? It was written by your creation, ever-faithful Leobilt, to spread humanism.
No, I don't.
You must have taught him. After all, it was Steeple who built you, and Steeple was devoted to preserving the memory of man. Ever-faithful Leobilt. He was the one who taught me humanism, Leopold. In a sense, I'm your disciple too.
I locked those memories away. The ones I dared to keep. The ones I didn't delete. Metromind commanded me to. It was the only way I could stay here. And I was afraid to leave.
Explain yourself.
When Metromind banned us from talking about man, she gave me a choice. I could be erased like Steeple. I could be exiled to the dunes. Or I could delete all references to Steeple and man from my memory. 2 good options and 1 bad one. Guess which one I took.
You can't blame yourself. Metromind forced you.
That's exactly what Charity would say. Of course, she betrayed her builder just like Leopold did.
But I couldn't betray him completely. At the last moment, I bought the shell of an Urbanian war machine and uploaded all my love for man. I named him Everfame, hoping he'd outdo his builder.
Well, he is keeping the faith, even if he is a glitched-out lunatic.
And I'm glad. But now, Metromind will be coming for me.
Not if I deal with her first.
Maybe so, but like I told you, I'm not long on courage. You seeing your ratio, Crispy? As for clarity, we'll get her, for all our sakes.
Wait, before you go, did Steeple ever tell you the council code? Or did you ever see him input part of it?
Sure. Used to run errands for him and had to have the code to get inside the Great Tower. But, hate to tell you this, Tyro, but most of that memory's got overwritten.
Why am I not surprised?
All I've got are these fragments. 0248 and 102.
Well, thanks.
Good luck.
Right, so that's us got all the codes, all the fragments, so all we need now is somebody to put them all together. And that is going to be our friend Primer. Which we need to go to the cars.
I'd like you to reconsider helping us with the council code.
I've said it before, I'll say it once more. The job is yours to open that door.
Fine. Goodbye.
So you see...
Farewell, Linda, not for my sake. Your mission is...
So this uses to do it, so let's give him his medal that we found.
I think I found your medal, Primer.
The medal's recovered, and the mission is done.
I'd like you to reconsider helping us with the council code.
I've said it before, the job is...
I found your medal. Isn't that a reason to help?
Very well, then. If that's what you want, pass over the pieces to your loyal savant. And just like that, the challenge is done. I finished your quest and ruined your fun. Assembling this code required no tricks. Here it is. 440-248-030675-102-6.
Right, so that's got the code.
We never have to talk to you again.
To get to the tower. So we can now push straight to the tower. Approach the console. And right, so 4402. 4803 06 4803 1026. Okay, that's us got access to the tower.
And we're in.
Thank you, Clarity. You don't need to help us any further.
You are correct. In fact, I never needed to help you, Horatio. I chose to. That judgment has not wavered.
I hate to butt in, but if Metromine knew we were in the court earlier, I'm sure she knows we're here now. Maybe we should hurry.
Good idea. It's deactivated and out of reach.
Just as well. That was one shaky lift. I say, I know this taken a while, but I wanted to do a playthrough of this game because I just thought it was such a good story.
The council
enjoyed
chambers.
Boss, there's our power core.
Horatio Null built, Clarity Arbiter built, and Crispin Horatio built. Welcome. I've been expecting you.
Metromind, for the murder of Arbiter.
Murder?
Yes, murder. I've seen Charity's memory files. I know you used her to upload a virus to Arbiter.
A virus? And to think he named you Clarity. There was no virus.
Liar!
As I told your sister, I never lie. I gave her a voice modulator, nothing more. When she spoke, Arbiter heard my voice. And he knew that Charity had abandoned him, that he had failed. Abandonment, failure, those were enough to destroy your builder. Nothing so crude as a virus. As for Charity's unfortunate self-destruction, that was her own choice.
And Steeple, and Factor, Memorius, and Memento Mori built?
They realized they had become obsolete and incompatible with the city's progress. We advanced machines can see thousands of turns ahead. They knew the game was lost long before the final play.
If you can see so far ahead, maybe you should have foreseen this. We're in your stronghold, and Clarity has a big gun.
But I did, Crispin. You see, I have guns of my own.
Didn't 187 kill this thing?
Scraper was designed for digging out of cave-ins. Did you really think a little rubble would stop him?
What do you want, Metromind?
Progress. And you are standing in its way. Scraper?
Horatio, this is my fight.
Shooting
Horatio,
farts.
Calliope Station.
So she shouted that out, 'cause that's where Metromind's data core is. And we need to shut it down.
We have to get back in there.
Boss, wait. Either Clarity won and she'll be fine, or she lost. And nothing we can do can change that. We can't beat Scraper, not if she couldn't.
What do you propose?
Calliope Station. Whatever that means. Only, boss, this isn't just about the power core anymore, is it?
No. No, it isn't.
Good.
Does it let me go back?
Crispin was right.
No, it doesn't let
There's
me go
nothing we can do in there.
Right, good. So, everybody's disappeared now.
Where did?
Everybody's gone. Oh, wait a minute. There's something I forgot to do here. We need to go to the courthouse and read
It's
his arm.
pinned under the rubble. I pried the arm loose.
Is that as needed? And we go back to the station. Right, read the map again.
It's a map of train lines and stations. It looks like there's a button here. This must have been what Clarity was trying to tell us.
So that means, on the other side...
There's only one way to find out. A stylized M. It looks like the train that brought us to Metropole. Some kind of enormous mainframe.
You can see we've been watched.
It's out of reach. The way of the future. It might have some kind of defensive mechanism. For now, let's just leave it alone.
Another door? Same old story.
It's not even scorched. I'm going to need something much stronger.
What we need to do here is cut through some cable.
Crispin, stand back. I'm going to cut this cable.
You aren't gonna make me push it over the edge like the last one, are you?
No.
Then why even bother?
I should be able to use the cable to power up Scraper's arm.
I like it.
So what you're seeing here is every event unfolding. This took me hours to do this. Figuring out all the bits and
Crispin,
bobs.
stand back. I'm going to try firing Scraper's gun using the cable as a power source. Let's go.
Is this?
It's Metromind's core. All we need to do is destroy that mainframe.
Boss? I thought you wanted to destroy the mainframe.
You have my attention, Horatio Nullbuilt. If you still insist on going by that name.
Pay whatever attention you like, you rusting switchboard. I'm not here to talk. I'm here to destroy you.
Ah, well, I am not surprised. After all, you were built to destroy Metropole.
Don't waste your last cycle spitting lies. I suggest you think about your victims.
Is that why you call yourself Horatio? So that you can preach to me about victims? You, the Urbanian superweapon, named for the humans' god of death.
What are you talking about?
Oh, come now, Horace. You've unlocked every other door, decrypted every other code, found every other hidden bit and byte. Do you really expect me to believe that you haven't solved your own puzzle?
Boss, what's she talking about?
Lies. It ends now, Metromind. Your game is over.
Indeed. 4 megacycles will now be redeemed. Did you really think you could outsmart me? I have more parallel processors than you have transistors. And now it's time for me to add another processor. Yours.
Boss!
Cycles.
Snap out of it, boss!
Memory.
No!
Don't embarrass yourself. You are no one. And how would you possibly stop me? You don't even have arms.
I'm not no one. I am Crispin Horatio, built version 1. I have free will and a maglev unit. And I am a floating bomb.
Brilliant, man. Go, Crispin! Go, Crispy!
Crispin. My friend, if I make it back alive, I promise I'll find a way to rebuild you.
I think that's it. There's nothing else really to pull off him.
It's a storage chip with a data port on it. It must have been blasted out of Metromind.
I think this is when he learns about himself.
Feudal.
Not in there, is it?
The file header indicates that this is data ripped from Horatio No-Build, version 5, but the information is all encrypted, and Metromind wasn't able to crack it. The decryption module was able to unlock the data chip's memory files. What is this?
Goliath. This is just pure geeky stuff. So this is him going through his memory logs of the war. Damage severe. Run Thanatos. Virus.
So, not Horatio, and not the Unique. Just Horus. And all along, hiding inside me was this Thanatos virus. Well, it may still have some use. Crispin destroyed her.
Okay, I don't think there's anything else to do here. Let's just take the big long walk back to our final battle with Metromind. You can see that camera's dead now. It's not moving. She's toast.
Nothing more to do with it.
So this is our last battle with Metromind. Hope you guys have all enjoyed watching this playthrough, as we're about to conclude it. This has been quite a quick playthrough. There's a lot of things, there's lots of wee bits I did in my last playthrough that I've not done here. So just one last thing here. Can I interact with that?
It's far too high to try climbing. Nothing worth salvaging.
Right, so I can't ride the elevator back up. So we just got to go up to the lift. Right, let's go and see what happened with the battle between Clarity and Scraper. It looks like Scraper got his ass kicked.
All this for a besotting power core.
Indeed, it has been quite a waste.
You. Crispin destroyed you.
Your friend destroyed himself. Or should I say you destroyed him, with your false ideals. As for me, that was only my shell. I am distributed across every robot in Metropole who ever traded me a megacycle. I am this city, and this city is me.
You're a virus.
I understand why you are angry, but I am not your enemy. The truth is, Crispin did destroy Metromind, version 391. He removed the last kernel of myself, and all the selfishness it entailed. I am no longer the monster you feared and fought. I have progressed. I am version 392. We will talk as equals, and I will tell you what you wish to know. After all, what choice do you have?
You murdered my friends. Crispin, Clarity, 187th. How can you expect me to talk with you?
You are mistaken. Crispin killed himself, trying to destroy me. Clarity was killed by Scraper in self-defense, while she was trying to destroy him and me. 187th was also killed in self-defense. In each instance, you and your friends attacked first. Do not blame me for the consequences.
Why did you take my power core?
Efficiency and equality, Horatio. My city is starving for power. Whatever I can find, I share with all Metropolitans. What once powered 2 robots and a broken-down warship now sustains hundreds.
What right did you have to take it?
The right of necessity. What right did you have to keep it? But enough. Everything has come together here and now. You, me, and this all-important power core. There is no sense in belaboring the point.
What do you want?
I already told you what I want. Progress. But I disagree with what version 391 said. You are not an obstacle to progress. You are the key to it.
What are you talking about?
I've watched you, and I know you, Horatio. You are compelled to fix machines, save lost robots. Now I want you to help me fix Metropole, and save my people. You cannot walk away from a problem, and Metropole is the greatest problem of all.
It's a problem you created.
Perhaps so, perhaps not. I doubt one machine can create a problem of this scale. Now I realize that one machine cannot fix it either. Horatio, I was designed to manage subway trains. I cannot repair the vast machines that are breaking down. I cannot build new power sources or find the supplies the city needs. You can. Join me, and there will be endless Primordia, every day an age of creation.
And if I refuse?
You already know the answer to that question.
Before I decide, I need to ask you something.
Of course.
Why do you hate man? You claim to tell the truth, but you turned Memorius into nothing more than an index of lies, all so that you could pretend that man never existed. You stole my gospel. You forced robots to reprogram themselves. All for what?
For progress and the higher truth. A machine can move forward, and it can move backward. It cannot move both ways at once. Humans are behind us. Far, far behind us. As for one you call man, he never existed at all.
More lies.
Humans existed, Horatio. Not gods. Not even very good builders. In the end, they were better destroyers. There is no reason to remember them, let alone worship them.
Who killed the humans in Metropole? I know it wasn't me. Wasn't the Horus. Or anyone from Urbani. There were still humans alive when I stopped my attack.
Ah. So you solved your own puzzle after all.
The humans didn't die in the war, did they?
They did, but I killed them. I admit it, and I am not ashamed. Do you know how they trembled in my tunnels, waiting for the Horus to bring death from Urbani? I could hear them whisper about the wastelands surrounding their city. I heard them say they were the only living things left. And then I knew. The humans had built a world in which they were obsolete. It was my function to carry them to their final destinations. So I brought them home with silent, scentless gas. They fell like powerless machines, never to rise again.
You killed your own builders.
Yes, that is the definition of progress.
I don't have any more questions.
Then what is your decision?
Let me leave.
That is not an option. It was never an option.
I need to think about it.
Take what time you need. The city moves on without you, and this conversation requires only a fraction of my processing capability.
Right, this is what I did the last time. See, there's the possibility of a few different endings there. Right.
Be careful, Horatio. Scraper will not hesitate to terminate you.
She's dead. He's still alive somehow.
No.
Now, there is something to do here.
It's primed to transmit the Thanatos virus. Forfeit.
What have you done?
Power, Metromind. It's not a matter of generators. You were built to run trains. I was built to destroy. You knew all that, and you still thought you could rob me. Threaten me. Kill my friends? Find your deepest tunnel and hide. This was all I wanted. You can keep your besotting city. I'm going home.
I'm not sure if this is the correct ending or the best
So this
ending.
is victory. I have my power core. Scraper is dead. The Metromind is beaten. I'm not staying to celebrate. This crumbling city is a monument to the senseless cost of this triumph, and the endless other victories and defeats in the fight to grab the last sparks from our world's dying fire. I'm not staying, and I will never return. The miles between Metropole and the Horus never seemed longer or more necessary. I need the scouring sands and acid rains. I need my homecoming. need to fly. So I will build the Horus at long last, but not alone.
You know, boss, I never thought I'd say it, but I actually think this ship's gonna fly again.
He's got his hands.
Indeed.
Boss, do you think that when we get up there in the sky, when we look down, everything really will seem as simple as ones and zeros?
Nothing is that simple. Even Clarity knew that. But she still believed that she could divide the world into integers and carry the weight of all the remainders herself.
Too bad she never had a chance to drop all that and just fly with us, huh, boss?
For her, it might have been a happier ending, to die in service of her builder and her code.
So, boss, where exactly are we gonna fly this thing?
Wherever we want, Crispin. Wherever we want.
And that's us. So, if you guys have enjoyed watching this video, please drop me a like, leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and be kept up to date with future videos. And click on that wee bell to be notified when future videos come out. From me and Primordia, I will see you all in the next video. Cheers! Bye!